Happy 420, guys. If it's live, this has been live for 9 seconds. That seems impossible. It seems impossible. I'm tired. What do you guys feel like doing today? What do you guys want to do? Shout out to Janelle Evans. What Janelle Evans do? What Janelle Evans do, Tinkerbell? Something fancy? Something worth looking at? Or no? Or is it just... Yo. What do you guys want to do? I don't know, I'm kind of brooked out. Do you guys want to do Heather Gillespie throwbacks? I was looking at some other people. I was looking at a Tony. Tony's still gone. And then there was something scary. Afoot. I was telling Loco Coco about it. I gotta pull it up. This is off of a private Facebook page I'm not a part of. But it says, does anyone know what happened at the Auburn? Oh, come here. The fuck is happening? Come here. There. Does anyone know what happened at Auburn Plaza around 6 to 6:30 Friday? 4:19, not 4:19. 9:19 yesterday. Someone was like, they were fighting. One got stabbed and one got poked in the eye, according to the scanner around the dollar store. And then this person was like, they were teenagers. They chased Tony Michael Johns and then proceeded to beat him up. I was at work and saw the whole thing go down. So that sounds pretty bad for Tony. And then I was seeing people saying that, I don't know, he has some like court order to not post on social media, but I was looking at his court stuff he's got going on. I couldn't see anything about that, but I emailed the clerk and we'll find out stuff as we go, I guess. But I don't know when the fuck Tony's coming back. He's just kind of gone. What did he do now? Maybe he got stabbed in the eye. Hopefully not. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. Just to be honest. He's gotta be... if he wasn't such a rascal, then teenagers wouldn't be beating him up. It's crazy you can get beaten up by teenagers. Why would the teenagers want to beat him up? It's a more concerning question. Hey, Tash. Do you guys want to do Heather? Should we do Heather? I'm kind of brooked out. Do I have a Heather? There's Heather. There she is. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just, I think I have a playlist. The Heather Show. Oh, no. The Heather Gillespie Girl playlist. What is this?
Are you,
I don't know what this is.
So, those little pulses at the end, let me show you what those are for.
I don't think I've ever seen this one. I don't remember this white outline thing. And the green screen of her being... Where is this? This isn't Chicago.
I can't really work my abdominal as I'd like because of the pregnancy, but I have this. So,
What the...
this area here, this is what I don't want. Historically, I always wear a waist trainer.
While you're pregnant? Do I remember that?
I like the Coke bottle shape, so I always shape my body. I believe in waist shapers for more than one reason, especially as a young mother or mother of 3. As we all know, just like with a rubber band, like this is how your abdomen is, or pretend. When you're pregnant, is this size for 9 months.
It's a square Coca-Cola bottle shape.
The whole time the baby's in there. So when you let it go, it takes a while to get back down to regular size. Now, a body shaper is going to do this for you. So So there's no strain, and the elastic can reproduce much quicker. I do sell waist shapers, waist trainers, body shapers. I have not been able to link a TikTok store here, but I would love to, and it's something I will probably do in the future. I am kind of hooked on the look, but I haven't done plastic surgery. I've had Botox, Radius, and Juvederm, but I've never had plastic surgery, invasive plastic surgery. Would I? I would definitely have I've done cryotherapy. That's not plastic surgery. That's when you go into a very, very cold chamber. But I would definitely do pure sculpt, cool sculpt, just for the backs of my thighs.
Can I give it to us?
Thanks, babe.
It's for your protein.
Thank you.
Your protein plan.
Someone just gave him a Ziploc bag of 4 hard-boiled eggs. There you go, Heather. You got your eggs back. Your stolen eggs. They were finally returned.
It was hard-boiled eggs, which I need because I like to eat a lot of protein. Thank you. Say thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, no rush, because I got 40 chickens in my pantry.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
I think he said I got chickens. Is it just chickens in Chicago?
It's nice. So this man has a lot of chickens, and he gave us fresh eggs, and they're hard-boiled. So you guys all know that protein is essential to building muscle. Do you want one right now?
No. Is that YouTube or Facebook?
It's TikTok. Do you have a paper
crazy.
towel?
What's with the background?
Oh,
What is with this background, Heather?
I put a
Very
green
80s.
screen. I put a green screen. Should I take it off?
Don't do coal sculpting like what happened to Linda Evagana blah blah blah. I don't know who that is.
You guys, should I take off the green screen?
You don't have to take it off.
Okay.
Thank you again, man.
Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, that's basically a little bit about me. Pretty much I get on these lives and it's anyone's guess what the fuck I can be talking about. I'm in a sad mood most of the time, unless I'm like on a live talking about the reason I'm sad, because then I feel like I'm progressing towards solutions. So it's all about my kids. If
Freezing yourself? Who would do that?
I lived with my children, you would never see a frown on my face. You know, I would have nothing to complain about. But I'm being held in a tent on most nights. All my life savings has been spent on Airbnbs. I've been on my own since I was 14
Imagine spending your life savings on Airbnbs. How much money would that? I can't imagine that. She must not have had a lot of life savings.
years old, and I've never needed to ask anyone for shelter. For the past 4 years, I've needed help, and I've extended help to everyone my entire adult life, but I haven't received anything in return, and by anything I mean housing. People are really nice with food, and like they donate clothing sometimes, but my children, they have had to worry about their mother in ways that no child should ever have to worry about their mother. I don't really have any like of the stereotypical homeless like problems, like a drug abuse whatever problem, or what was the other one? I'm not crazy and I'm not addicted to drugs. Oh, I almost sneezed. So there really are no programs for me.
I mean, she's... Okay, whatever you say.
Excuse me. And so I'm just out here like literally like trying to find a way. But that's it. I'm just doing some wall Pilates this morning. Babe, I need a napkin. And we had some Chipotle, so that was great. And a little bit of a salad, which was also great. I also had like 2 huge handfuls of peanut M&Ms. That was not so great, but it tasted delicious. And I'm literally just like across the street from Rosebud. We're gonna move soon because people always see us, and then there's like a handful of people who are super nice to us, and like a few stragglers who are low-key like covert narcissists.
Covert narcissist. This is just
Who
a recorded delay.
do fucked up shit to us. Thanks, babe.
What did I say about that? Your definition of a narcissist is going to differ than mine.
Everyone's definition of a narcissist is going to differ because
What? I thought... No. That's why there's definitions. So everything means the same fucking thing.
as abused as you've been systemically is, or non-systemically, but in many cases systemically, you have to do certain things and you have to be able to choose yourself over the well-being of others, and sometimes that looks really ugly, you know, really fucking ugly. But I'm not here to talk about narcissistic abuse. If you guys are interested in narcissistic abuse, I've definitely survived that. Lisa Romano does a great podcast and YouTube series about narcissistic abuse. Please check it out. I don't want to talk about it.
The girl from fucking Even Stevens.
Even Stevens, the show? Like, remember that show? I think, who was that? Shia LaBeouf?
No, is she from Even Stevens?
She talks about that shit too.
No, is that Shia LaBeouf?
I don't know. Oh my god,
It is Shia LaBeouf. He looks so much different.
how adorable is
She
that?
has a self-help channel.
That is so cute.
That's a lick. That guy fucking stole a good life. You gotta give me my cutters later.
And just so everyone knows, I don't drink my water for anyone's entertainment. I drink my water for thirst and thirst only.
But who the fuck would be drinking water for people's entertainment?
It affects me very deeply.
I don't know how this person cooked
I gotta fucking entertain people. I need a bottle of Evian.
these eggs so well, but I've never seen the
His
eggs
wife-
peel off like
His
this.
wife did it.
That was really great.
He
She
would
did a
never be able to
fantastic
do
job.
that.
Like, they're peeling off literally like a dream.
Shout out Ray
He used to
Romano.
grow weed
Oh, really? Wow.
when he was younger.
So that's another controversial thing that I do. So since I started becoming a
He
kidnap
said he did
victim,
9 months. He said he did 9 months.
since I started being
For growing
a
weed.
kidnap victim, literally like being held outdoors and like not permitted to earn my own income.
She's not a kidnap victim. She chooses to live in the tent because, I don't know, she likes to argue with the automated texting service 311. I don't even know what it's for, but it's like, it's like, text stop. Make these things stop. And then she's like, I am a homeless 38-week pregnant woman in a tent. And it's just like, reply stop to getting these messages.
My anxiety has transformed into a full-blown panic disorder. For anyone who doesn't know, I have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is what war veterans have. And mine stems from being institutionalized at 14 years old, never having committed a crime, growing up in upper middle class suburban area, promised a vacation for my birthday, thrown on a plane, get off in Jamaica, and am thrown into this van, driven around the island for 4 hours, and left in rural Treasure Beach, Jamaica. My family left, and I was left there for a year. You guys can
Apparently this actually happened. Aunt Stacy said this actually happened. Otherwise, I'd be like, this sounds loopy.
Google it. It's called Tranquility Bay.
Your mom was coached to do that, though.
Yeah, my mom was definitely coached to do that. More than coached. She was like 4.
So I heard that Heather Gillespie was a problem child growing up. But I don't have any evidence of anything. It's all hearsay, but it sounds pretty crazy.
First. I think it's a spy school.
Like Spy Kids? What do you mean a spy school?
They make you go nonverbal the entire time you're there.
She sang the Incubus song, though. How is she nonverbal?
So I think that I truly think it's a spy school that's teaching you how to use
How to be a
senses.
terrorist.
No, not to be a terrorist, to use senses to communicate other than verbal dialect.
Oh, wow.
And almost like
I like Xavier's reactions. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I think they already tried that and it didn't work. Like the CIA did that back probably before Heather was around.
a psyop,
Oh, absolutely.
you know.
It was all American, rich American kids getting abused.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like the poorest one there, and my family was like upper, like middle class, at least middle class. I don't know about upper.
And he was on Brooke? Nah. Not anything new. I mean, like, she's in jail. She's chilling. Court date is... When is the court date? Oh, man. Look at all these stupid things. Okay, the court... I can barely see that. What picture do I have up? All right. It's in 3 days. 16... I guess 2 days. 16 hours is like the Planet Fitness one. I swear the Planet Fitness one's going to get moved to the 24th, too, though. All, like, the other 3 are on the 24th. which is in 3 days and 16 hours and 19 minutes. Whoa.
Both had motorcycles. My parents both had cars. My dad had like a Ford Ranger of the year. It was like the first pickup truck ever to have a back seat. It was like the most coolest thing that you could ever have.
Do you have $20?
And then my mom also had like a brand new Saturn and a brand new cell phone when the Nokias came out. Do you guys remember when the Nokias came out? Well, my mom worked for Bally Total Fitness at the time. If you guys are fitness, you know who Bally is. Now she's with Export in corporate purchasing or vice president. Who fucking knows? Some shit. But my whole entire life,
I gotta wake up.
my parents have been like, okay, you know, so even when I got thrown out on my ass at 14 years old and I was like forced to sink or swim and I swam, I never in a million years thought that I would be.
She said sink or swim, but I heard, for whatever reason, I heard that as synchronized swim, and I was just picturing Heather, I don't know, being forced to synchronize swim in Jamaica with people.
In my early 29s and outside with nowhere to go, like I can't even, it's crazy.
Can we do a shotgun?
A shotgun? Yeah, but not on camera.
I thought you were going to say that.
No, I just don't want them to like be mean to me.
Nah, she wasn't kicked out. So this was like some kind of boot camp thing, like the ranch that Dr. Phil used to send kids to, but in Jamaica. So I guess it was like a budget. The ranch, I have no idea. I mean, like that's. She said we could Google it. Tranquility Bay.
Today,
I stole the sports.
I just can't take it, you guys. Like if I'm
Apparently Heather was getting into trouble.
smiling,
She said a few different stories on why she was sent there. In one of the versions, she was smoking a cigarette. And another version, she had never smoked a cigarette, and she was mad at her stepdad. In versions that I have heard on the streets, she was doing like rainbow lipstick parties, which if you know what that is, you know what that is. Just being a fucking nuisance, basically. So, I don't know. They sent her off to boot camp in Jamaica.
it's because that other girl, like she said, oh my bad, here, do you want the yellow part? Here, baby. This is soft for you. It's cholesterol. You'll like it.
You're teaching them how to be cannibals.
Oh my God, shit, I forgot. No, that's chicken. He's a bird.
Still.
You guys, I just fed a yolk to a little birdie.
Shotgun is like where a person takes a hit and then blows it in your mouth and you take that same hit. It's kind of gross. I think that's what a shotgun is, right? You might as well just... Brick would say that's more dangerous for you because that's secondhand smoke.
Oops. Anyways, who even knows what I was saying? I'm super ADHD. I haven't taken any medication for ADHD in a while.
It's good.
I just prefer just to be out here, like, unmedicated, fucking wild. I'm just kidding. I can't take it because I'm pregnant, and Adderall is a stimulant that's not safe for use during pregnancy.
And you do not want to walk past her down a deep.
Why did I have to pause now? Don't want to walk
Down a deep dark alley when she's not been on her medicine
Shut
for 4 months.
up. I cannot with you.
when she's not been on her medicine. But she's not crazy or need medication. What was the other one? I'm not crazy or... Well, I think she's both.
So full of shit. Anyways. If you guys have seen my kids or you can help rescue me in any way, I have a Cash App. It's $.
Mamma mia.
Heather GoPro Solo. If you guys want to make in-person donations, I'm always downtown Chicago unless someone books me a flight. I have not flown out this entire year. The last time I flew out was to Fort Lauderdale last year. Before I met Xavier. I was supposed to go to South Beach last year in April, but I was unlawfully evicted from my apartment.
YouTube needs to make like an automatic editor to get rid of that shit. Like just it's basically the same thing as truncating audio. Just truncate the audio and the video together and have like a fucking option. It's so annoying. Maybe I can make a fucking Tamper Monkey script for that. I don't know.
Thanks a lot, George the Jeweler, George Fit Lopez. You
That shit drives me nuts though.
guys can, I'll tag him. You guys can harass him if you'd like.
What? don't harass anybody. Heather is nefarious. That's nefarious. And then we got blah, 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 blah.
And then I met Xavier. So it's been a wild ride. I've been bludgeoned.
Anytime you see those things spinning, that's not me.
Stabbed, raped.
That's not my internet. That's Brooke's internet being bad.
Beaten.
That's not Brooke either. Fucking Heather.
Human trafficked, robbed again, raped again, beaten again. My car has been destroyed. I bought
A lot of bad stuff.
a Cadillac CTS, put it on payments, my very first auto loan of my life, paid it off in less than 30 days.
Paid off the whole auto loan in 30 days?
Later, someone poured all sorts of wrong liquids in all the holes, and it fucked up. Engine blown.
Oh no. I wonder who did that. Couldn't have been.
So,
Couldn't have been Heather.
Just bad shit, you guys. If you guys want to...
If you guys want to donate, that's all she gonna say.
Thanks for the beans. You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
CT super chatted $1.45. Hey Stevie. Your last video is fire, by the way. Nice job.
Oh, thanks, Ite. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 2. I worked on that for many an hours. And it didn't get a lot of views. I'm making a Tony Michael Johns video next, because he's gone. So, like, it would be a good time to get everybody caught up on speed if he ever returns. Caught up to speed in case he ever returns. I gotta learn how to speak again.
That McDonald's is...
I've been messing up my words like a lot lately. And then there's like people who are like, oh, just do mushrooms. And I'm not doing mushrooms. Fuck that. I just gotta, like, I don't know, not be so stressed out. And then I think I'll be able to think clearly. And then my brain won't be all jumbled and I'll be able to say words properly. And my sentence will make sense and be coherent again.
delicious for the $3 option, but definitely not in my meal plan. So if someone could give me a fucking budget, that'd be fantastic so I could get back in the gym. We're just 4 years into this abusiveness.
Come on, sponsors. Can someone just give her a fucking budget? Can you just give me some fucking money? Heather.
Second, I want to say thank you to everyone who has not gotten so bored by me being blatantly abused repeatedly and ignored by law enforcement that they've stuck around to pay attention and indicate in any way that my life does matter and is worth, 5 minutes of paying attention to alive. Because once you're jumped and stabbed by 3 women and ignored and then bludgeoned by a man, hospitalized and ignored, and you receive 0 victim services and 0 restitution and 0 court date, and then you're attacked by law enforcement, thrown onto the ground and had your head banged against the floor and pregnant belly multiple times on body cam, you start to come across this feeling of no one cares what happens to me. No one cares if I live or die.
I'm trying to remember what year Heather was on Love After Lockup, but I think it was, I want to say 2017. That could be wrong. Do you guys remember? It was at least 5 years ago because there's highlights on Google, or there's highlights on YouTube from WeTV from 5 years ago, which would have put it at, well, like 2020. This incident that she keeps referring to, though, the stabbing, the women that she pursued to the gas station and then started the fight with, and they tried to retreat, and Heather kept pursuing them, and then they stabbed her in self-defense with the little pocket knife thing, like one of those, those little, like, kids have them, like Swiss Army knives. They have like a little corkscrew thing. It's for like survival. The knife is not sharp. The knife can't cut through anything. But that's what she's referencing, which was before Love After Lockup, because Dylan was still in jail and she was visiting him at that time. So, like, I don't know. She makes it sound like she's getting stabbed every week. It was one time, and it wasn't even like a deadly stab. I know that sounds crazy for me to say, but it wasn't a deadly stab.
No one cares if my children are raised without...
It's called a multi-tool. I got a picture of one, and you guys know I'm down a bit.
...a mother for the rest of their lives. So thank you for continuing to tune into these lives. They're as disgustingly painful and tedious to create as they are to watch, I'm sure. I very much so wish I could be doing a Get Ready With Me or a fitness segment or making arts and crafts with my children.
Making arts and crafts with my children. That'd be a crazy segue. This thingy, that little knife, that thing that's not Just not doing anything, man. Come on, man.
Or literally anything else. I'm in McDonald's a lot because it's cheap to be here, and no one to this day has approved a budget for me. I'm in this McDonald's because I applied for an EIN for my small business, Go Pro Solo, and the IRS has yet to respond to me. In 2 years...
What is the business plan? I would love to see... She asked for a business loan for GoPro Solo? Don't you need like a business model and stuff to get a business loan? What would the business model have been?
And 2
What's her mission statement?
applications of separate rounds of applying. I don't know what to do. As you guys know, my lawyer, Nick Albuquerque, told me again last week, after I told him about Schiller Park law enforcement beating me up, he told me, yes, I can definitely help you with that. Let me pick up my daughter from school. Call me back in 30 or an hour.
That's all made up because remember, I showed you guys Nick Albuquerque saying, I represented Heather many years ago, but our professional relationship has passed. It's done. Like, I don't have anything to do with Heather Gillespie. Respectfully, stop asking me about her. So I don't know who's having these conversations with Heather, if they're in her head or if someone's posing as Nick Albuquerque. I wouldn't advise that. Don't pose as lawyers or law enforcement, or don't pose as anything you're not. That's kind of probably not a great idea.
I said, okay, and I did. When I called him back, he answered the phone like this. Well, there's really nothing I can do. For your own sanity and the health and wellness of yourself and your family, I highly recommend you get on a plane and leave the state of Illinois now. Anyone who's been here since 2019 knows that's damn near an exact replica of what happened in 2020 and 2019. He met with me at the Target on State Street downtown in person and told me, you are not safe. You need to leave. You need to, quote, flee the state. I didn't because I had no money, right? So I just kept on working out. I was working out at the Export in Melrose Park. I'd sleep in my car, sometimes in the parking lot there, wake up in the morning and go in and work out. I did that every single day until a man bludgeoned me. Less than a week after that warning from my lawyer, I was bludgeoned by a stranger who asked me for a ride and offered me gas money, explained that he had just been attacked, that he had just gotten out of the hospital from being attacked, and that his sister lived in St. Charles, Illinois, and could I help him get there? He offered me $20 for gas, which helped us make it to about Elmhurst, if you guys have seen gas prices. I offered to put him on the Metra. He refused, grabbed my tire iron out of my back seat, and began beating me, punching me, kicking me. I was hospitalized and had to have staples in the back of my head.
So yeah, that was after like 2 days that they spent together. Don't pick up homeless people that just got out of the mental hospital and only give you $20 for gas.
I was held in the hospital for 5 days because I also had COVID. I had a second independent psych eval where I was told there's nothing wrong with you, it's just stress, which I already knew. It's causal to abuse. Of course, I'm going crazy. Of course, I'm calling law enforcement hysterical. I'm being followed. I'm being physically attacked. When would it be appropriate to call law enforcement if after being beaten is not the appropriate time? When would it be appropriate to involve law enforcement if after being raped is not the appropriate time, right? So I keep on doing my part and reporting these crimes that are...
She doesn't, I mean, yeah, that's when you should report to police. What she told the police, because they brought in a laptop, because it was COVID times, they had to keep social distancing or whatever. They brought in a laptop for her to identify dude, because they have to do that apparently. And the laptop didn't work. So they asked her to come back and she said, fuck you. And now she's angry because she's the one who didn't follow the proper protocol and just like wondering why she's not getting restitution, or the guy didn't go to jail. I'm pretty sure the guy went to jail, by the way. But she didn't do her part. The cops did their part.
Taken against me, but I keep not receiving restitution, being ignored and...
I gotta find the stream because that'll be easier. But I went over all the court documents where we read all this stuff, and that's how we know it. That's how we know that this is a crazy story. I mean, the tire bludgeoning actually happened, but the way that she's presenting it.
Cast out in a fucking tent, creating these lives, proving that everything I've said is true, and continuing to be ignored. There is no dollars in my bank account, none. My 3 children have not lived with me, their mother, in nearly 4 years now.
Are they gonna live with you in the tent?
Do you guys think it's coincidental that I've had my own home since I was 18 years old? I've been on my own, independent of my parents, since 14 years old.
That's also not true because she relied on her baby daddies and then Dylan. It was Dylan's apartment. That's why she got kicked out. She says that Dylan took over her apartment somehow, which just isn't true at all. Her apartment flooded. So I don't know. This isn't accurate either.
But now at 32 years old was the age I was thrown out of my own home. I'm still struggling with this at 36, 4 years later. How do you make that make sense? I have no criminal record. I don't have any substance abuse issues. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So now I'm going to call on live to Chicago law enforcement because, and I can read to you guys what happened. Here's my receipt.
Oh, I was like, I wonder why I picked this for us today. She's in McDonald's. Oh yeah, I guess you could have seen that at the top. Maybe not. She's at McDonald's and she's about to call the cops. And I don't know. I love when she calls the cops. It's always a fun time.
Receipt indicating the date and time. I woke up this morning again for the 10th time probably in the last 4 years. Every one of my personal hygiene products was stolen. My shampoo, my toothpaste, and this random little Ziploc baggie I had filled with soap, Q-tips, cotton balls, etc. and so forth. It's all missing. So that's how I woke up this morning. Now,
when Brooke lost her baby wipes and ended up being in the center console, imagine if every time that happened, she'd call the cops. That's kind of like Heather. She misplaces her things, and then when she finds them, she'll claim that the thieves returned her stuff. Like, they'll take her used socks and then return them days later, when I think she's just misplacing stuff.
Xavier and I are sleeping together in a tent with a lock on the door. So how, if the lock is on the door, would someone get in to steal that stuff? It's beyond me. I have no...
She did the same stuff in her apartment. You remember the vacuum bandit I showed you guys? And, like, she would say that the eggs, but also that people were coming in and cutting her hair and dyeing it at night, like giving her hairstyles she didn't consent to. I think she just got high and cut her own hair and forgot. Like, she passed out and woke up and was like, what the fuck? They must be cutting my hair now.
No idea. Regardless, we walked to the dollar store so I could get some new toothpaste because that's all that I can afford right now. I can't afford to replace my fucking shampoo. So we go there and I get it, and the lady behind me in line is playing on repeat my voice on my Instagram and the exact verbiage of me saying, I've been being stalked and harassed for 4 years. I've been being stalked and harassed, and then she turned it off. So I turned around and I said, why are you playing that? And she smiled like this.
So this is like, she told this story already, but it was a bit different before. Before it was, they were playing a 911 call or something. And then she says, you're being followed. And then they ask, do you work for Google?
And she said, you are being followed. Yeah, no shit. No shit. Who are you? So I'm starting to try, to get confrontational, but I'm calming myself down and I said, okay, and who are you? And what's your purpose in playing that behind me? Are you trying to intimidate me? Are you trying to make me feel supported? What's going on? And she just laughs. And Xavier says, who are you? Do you work for Google? And she goes, no, but she's definitely being followed. So how many years is my life going to be like this before I get any sort of restitution, assistance, housing, or...
But, like, what would you want the cops to do about that? Remember when she called the FBI, actually? She already called the FBI about this, and they asked, how do they get the recording? And Heather was like, I don't know. But it's because she puts all of this stuff out on her Instagram. Like, she live records her calls to the cops and the FBI, and... So this must have been the same day. I guess she called the cops and the FBI in the same day.
Or anything. I'm at a fucking dollar store on Western and Lawrence. I stay downtown. I'm never out here. How do these people know where I'm at and what I'm doing?
It's on her phone screen.
It's on your phone screen.
It's on somebody's...
Now, we're going to call the police again. Because, that's what we're supposed to do, right? When you're being stalked and harassed and bludgeoned and stabbed and raped and...
You should listen to Xavier. It's on the phone screen. Stop putting it on the phone screen.
Robbed over and over.
So I already filed an electronic report with Chicago Police, and I saved it to my phone. And this is one of probably 50 to 100 reports, no exaggeration, over the last 4 years. Now on camera, so that I have proof, I'm going to go ahead and call. This is the number provided by them on the online reporting.
Hold now.
Chicago 311.
It's not even a police station. Again, anyone in the comments who's refusing to take this as a serious threat, that I am scared for my life, that I am being harassed, you're also involved. If you're here to harass a woman who's being beaten, raped, and abused, you need to leave. It's very simple. I do want to press charges against everyone involved. You are not protected virtually. Just because no one can see your face and you're using a fake account, I promise they will find you. They are pursuing this. They are charging people with RICO. Felony RICO charges.
I don't have any photo shoot pics handy. I could probably... BCG probably has like a fucking photo shoot thing. Let me check.
That's the police station?
Yeah.
Did you know that you can also request and track city services by downloading our free Shy 311 mobile app from the Apple Store or Google Play, or by visiting us online at 311.chicago.gov.
This is every single time trying to call. Every single time. And the last time I went in person to Elmhurst Police Station, I was arrested and I went in to report being raped, waking up with someone having had removed the bottoms from my body, and I was arrested. Had to call one of the rapists to pay $400 so that I could leave.
What? She has a model section. We can walk at the modeling stuff after.
I mean, everyone
Which I assume would have the photo shoots in it.
in the comments, how fucking who raised you? A woman is desperately seeking assistance with being sexually assaulted, robbed, chased, harassed, bludgeoned, stabbed, and you're in my comments talking shit? Who raised you? Who raised you? And they have the audacity to get in between me raising my children. They have a plethora of shitty parents and people who should never recreate right here in the comments. Why don't they refocus on harassing and harming?
It's like people who've been paying attention and think it's disgusting that you're kind of grifting off of nonsense.
Them and leave me alone.
You know, like someone who's probably gone through like actual things like that wouldn't appreciate you getting on Instagram saying all this stuff so people feel bad and donate to you while you play, I don't know. I don't know what you call it, footsie with the police, phone tag with the police.
Did you know that you can also request and track
I don't care what she was. I don't care if she was rich. I don't care if she was poor. I want to know why she's following me, why I've been being followed for years. I've done nothing to these people. I don't know who these people are, and I'm sick of dealing with this. Whatever. Whatever. Like, I don't care. I just want it to stop. I want my life back, my home back. This is not a game. This is my life.
See, and she stopped posting to social media. The harassment stopped. She was working at her fucking spin job or whatever. And then something happened. And now she doesn't work there anymore. She drives Uber and she's back on social media. I think because the case is ending. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. She hasn't streamed in a couple days, though. And she hasn't been posting much to her Instagram, like, recently.
Did you know that you can also request and track city services by downloading our free Shy 311 mobile app?
Whatever day, though, that the court date ends and they're like, yep, your kid is with someone else now. That day is going to be crazy. That's going to be like a 3-hour live stream.
Maybe I'll just have police dispatched here.
Jesus God.
I mean, I'm not going to sit on a non-emergency line for an hour. I'm just going to call and ask them what they'd recommend. Hi, I'm so sorry. What was your name, please, ma'am?
It's always a good idea.
Operator Chris, this is Chicago 911.
Okay, thank you, Operator Chris. I've been attempting to contact law enforcement in the area.
James, I mean, I have not a theory. I'm working on James. Don't worry about it. He's either gonna come back or we're never gonna fucking cover him again because it'll just like tickle his ego so we can suck a dick.
I'm not from this area. Every time I call the 311 or the 312 number provided, it just goes to an extensive holding period.
But James hasn't met any of the Brook people. I think James will really like the Brook people.
I'm not sure if I should report what's going on to you here at 911 or if there's another number I can reach law enforcement at. I've been being harassed. Just to give you a little background, I've been raped, robbed, beaten, bludgeoned, stabbed, and stalked in person as well as online for the past 4 years on and off. And I was just approached by a stranger in the dollar store at Western and Lawrence with audio of me reporting being sexually assaulted, raped, robbed, and stalked. And she was playing the audio in my voice on repeat behind me. And I turned around and asked her, what was her purpose in doing so? And she laughed and said, "You are being followed." And then my significant other asked her who she was with and what was going on. And she said, "No, I don't work for Google, but she's definitely being followed," and kind of gave a smirk. And then we left. I just want to have this on file. I did report it online. Again, this is one of maybe
like 40 minutes ago.
100 occurrences of this type of stalking that I've under.
But the first 10 minutes was just me going, "Whoa, I'm tired. What should we do today, guys?" So that's the first 10 minutes doesn't really count. So like half an hour.
Gone in the last 4 years. And I'm not really sure how to properly document because I've received no follow-up for the past 4 years.
Okay, I understand. Are you at the store right now, or did you go home?
We left and walked to the McDonald's down the street just because there's a lot of people here and, just to stay in a public place. I don't even know where the police station is, nor do I have a vehicle. So I was thinking if they needed to come to meet with me to get a report in person, it could happen here at the McDonald's. Otherwise, like I said, I already filed one online and submitted it about 10 minutes ago.
Do you want the police to come and meet you? I mean, we could send them out. We can do that.
Well, I think I'm asking what your best advice is. If in 4 years I've filed numerous, upwards of 50 reports, and there has been no action taken, there hasn't even been a formal investigation conducted on my behalf, is that going to be a giant waste of time, or is that something worthwhile to sit around and wait for?
I'm not qualified to give you advice. I can't tell you what to do.
Okay, you can dispatch them then. I'll wait here for a few minutes.
Okay. What?
For a few minutes. If they're not here in a few minutes.
The address of the McDonald's there.
Can you look at the address?
This is Heather Gillespie. She was on Love After Lockup. I gotta clip all of her Love After Lockup appearances, and see if they would get copywritten. I'll upload them to a second channel where if it strikes me, I don't really care what happens to that channel. Because you guys should see that if you're not familiar with Heather Gillespie off of the Love After Lockup days.
I'm gonna check right now. I'm so sorry. Do you have a receipt?
Victoria, you've never seen them? The next time we're watching, I think, yeah, we did. Was it last night? We watched Love After Lockup last night? We must have. It was Friday. I don't know. We can just watch that whole season again one time.
Yeah, I do.
We're just looking for the address.
I watched all of the Agatha show. That Agatha show is fucking dope. I gotta watch it again, actually. I wasn't expecting it to be so good.
Right now. Okay, it is 4844 North Lincoln Avenue.
Okay.
Try calling NASA.
My name is Heather Gillespie.
Okay. All right, and so you're going to wait inside the McDonald's?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll send the police. Be looking out for them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, and so you're going to wait inside the McDonald's?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll send the police. Be looking out for them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Here. So that's that, and this is a million times we've done the same thing. It's hit or miss. Sometimes the police show up and they start using fictitious names.
What do you mean?
The law enforcement who answered that time was using one of the names of one of the women that Dylan was cheating on me with when Love After Lockup debuted. So these, and it's not like a common name like Smith or Jones. It's like a very unique name that
Marissa.
You'd never know to use unless you'd been following the story and you're intentionally harassing me.
This is what the doctors mean with the paranoid personality disorder. So just because somebody's named Marissa, she thinks that's not their real name, that they're using that name specifically to trigger Heather Gillespie because Dylan was with Marissa.
When it comes to my safety and my children, I really have not much patience. I'm not a police caller. Prior to all of this happening, I've probably called the police under 5 times in my entire life. And that's including being beaten by Dylan, thrown down the stairs or up the stairs by Dylan, locked outside in the alley by Dylan. I never called law enforcement for any of that.
Probably should. Wait a minute. Yeah, you did. And like, you should have anyways, but what the... Okay.
I tried so hard to deal with things directly through his mother, or him directly, or even his friend
Local Coco
group before I escalated it to law enforcement. But by the time I actually needed to call them, there was nothing left to do. You know, that was the last stage. I had called parole. I had called his mom. I had called his dad. I had called his boss. I had called his coworker. I literally called everyone.
And then the cops?
Doing everything I could to not have to put him back into prison as a felon with guns and drugs in the house, as you guys know, because if you follow Love After Lockup, after I was removed, him and Marissa were both arrested for several accounts of beating each other, battering each other, guns in the house, drugs in the house.
Did you call Batman? I don't know. Maybe Batman would have done the right thing. We need Batman in this world, a fictitious character. I gotta get caught up on my my guilty pleasure content.
So, you know, it's a really shitty situation. And, you know, unfortunately...
I wonder what fucking Timu Eric Foreman's been up to this week.
Unfortunately, one that a lot of the Love After Lockup stars follow. There have been numerous deaths from cast members of Love After Lockup. If you look, there are also a bunch of huge insurance claims by the cast. These are not coincidences. Hollywood... you know, who cannot fund their projects, is very, very well known to do a lot.
I love Love After Lockup, but I don't Hollywood.
A lot of fraud. So if they don't have any
I feel like I could make that show. I don't know if we're in the same caliber of Hollywood there.
Property to run insurance claims through, they take the identities of these reality stars and they curate these situations, and then they collect the money from the insurance, and the person is sitting there, no house, no insurance, on the side of the street, indigent. And when they go to court over it, the person in Hollywood, I say Hollywood, it's really just television, it's entertainment, it's con artists. When these people are held accountable, they're gone. They're absolutely gone. And you've got the people who actually owned the home or the car or whatever the insurance claim that was run, they're sitting there with no property left. The same thing that happened to me. Where's my car, right? Where's my home? Where are my kids? Where's my family?
Ed knows. She'll email everyone from her past every now and then and be like, I need, I don't know, XYZ. Sometimes it's tax forms. Sometimes it's like a written statement or explanation for court. And Ed will always email back and say, go fuck yourself. This is all the reasons. This is actually what happened. And this is the reason why you're in the position you're in. And then she gets all mad and posts it to her Instagram stories like it's going to prove something. But it just proves that she's crazy.
I don't do drugs. I'm not in a gang. I have no criminal record. Make it make sense.
She does have a criminal record too. We also went over that when we were looking at like the stabbing incident and stuff. She's been like busted with cocaine and not served any time or anything, which makes me think she might be like a rat or a narc. Possibly.
Right? So,
same with Dylan. Actually, you know what? Same with Dylan, because Dylan has had like really light sentences for the things he's been convicted for, like kidnapping and dealing like 200 ecstasy pills or some shit. Like, you would normally get a lot more time than I think Dylan spent like 1 or 2 years in there, maybe 3. 5 max. I can't remember. It's something that I was like, really? Really?
We're just going to wait here until law enforcement shows up. And then I will, you know, go discuss it with them. I will let you guys see when they pull up, but and I'll also post a verbatim copy of the report that I filed online, and that's exactly what I'm going to tell them. I'm not going to bring you guys just because there have been a lot.
It's funny you say that because she does rat her own kids. I mean, like, she has a daughter that's about to have a child, and she was trying to like move in with her and stuff, and Heather will like blast her shit whenever she's upset with her. And then her daughter will blast her shit back, like being like, no, my mom's lying. This is actually what happened. Don't give my mom donations for like a fucking prom ticket. Like, she's not even giving it to me anyways. Like, that's so embarrassing. Like, just don't give my mom money, kind of thing.
A lot of insinuations that I'm CK. I'm a grown woman, okay? Whatever these little teenagers call cop killers or whatever, I have no idea. I'm a 36-year-old woman. Yes, I get Botox. Yes, I get Juvederm. Yes, I get Radiesse. I've had them.
Send Botox to the tent.
Each about
That's one of the posts you made.
10 times, okay? I pay out of pocket. So thank you if you're saying that I look young, but I'm a grown-ass woman. I have no time for games. I am not a cop killer. I don't kill anyone. I've never done a murder. I've never done anything weird. I don't do crimes. I don't know what you people think this is, but I don't want any drama. I want this situation to be handled. So I'm going to stay on the live. Hopefully they will arrive. If a reasonable amount of time passes that they don't arrive, I will just end the live and I will post a screenshot.
Never did a murder. Dylan kind of did a murder. I don't know if you would call it that. People were hanging out on the roof or something with Dylan and friends, and one of their friends fell off of the roof. They were like trying to jump from roof to roof or something, and they fell and died, but they didn't report it to the police for like 45 minutes. So I don't know, like, if you've seen someone fall off a fucking roof and you don't report it for 45 minutes, like, I would say you're partly responsible for that person dying. And that's what Dylan did. So Dylan's fucking star as well. The Glide Frog, thank you for the memberships.
Of the actual report that was filed, it did go through. We did receive confirmation, and I did save it to my phone. And again, this is one of maybe 50 to 100 different reports. I've never given my permission to have my situation exploited, manipulated. I've never agreed to participate in the filming of any movie or been anyone's subject of any sort of weird drama. I want nothing to do with it. Since the day
who was making a movie about Heather?
They threw me out of my home and destroyed my vehicle. All I've been crying about is getting my vehicle and home back and being with my children, who I've raised every single day of their lives from the moment they were born all the way until January 2020, when they were forced to go live with their fathers respectively. I have been literally mostly in isolation since then. I met Xavier 15 months ago after spending a period of nearly 3 years alone, living in my car, Airbnb, or hotels. During that time was the time that I was bludgeoned, sexually assaulted multiple times, robbed multiple times for thousands of dollars. And there are police reports about all of this, my identity being stolen.
You can make a police report about anything.
All of my identifying
doesn't mean that it happened.
Documents being stolen. None of this is new. None of this has been hush-hush. I have reported and documented every step of the way. Where is the justice? Where is the justice?
Remember that Wendy's commercial? Where's the beef?
Literally, I'm...
And also, I don't know. It's nice. She's like, my kids were stripped away from me, respectively. At least they did it respectively, guys.
Tired. I'm 16 weeks pregnant. I'm being blatantly denied my right, hear me when I say this, my right to choose an OB gynecologist. I have attempted on numerous occasions. I've spent hours on the phone with Medicaid, attempting to choose a plan that allows me to see a physician.
I don't know why she quoted Medicaid like it's fake. Is it a fake Medicaid?
They blatantly refuse. I have all of the call logs to prove that as well. They tell me that I have to see a doctor in their network and send me a list of doctors. Every single one on the first 6 pages, and I'll post that as well, direct links, are abortion clinics. So they refuse to send me a referral to OB gynecology and send me lists of abortion clinics. It's disgusting. I don't know what to do. I am not having an abortion. I am not putting my baby up.
I mean, we already did that. with the twins.
For adoption, I am going to keep on fighting for life for myself, as well as my unborn child, as well as the rest of my family, until I have no air left in my lungs, and that's what's going to happen. I've never been so disgusted with society in general. I don't know how this can be permitted to continue, and it's terrifying.
I think this is the one time society did a good job. Nobody let this woman raise a kid in a fucking tent after using it as a way to grift for months. Well, 9 months, I guess. The whole time she was fucking pregnant. I like society in this scenario. I was scared they were going to be like, it's her baby, all right? Just mind her business. Let her raise it in the tent. And I was going to be like, oh my God, like, you're going to see this kid rolling around in fentanyl with fucking Xavier, trying to change a diaper. Like, that would have been really stressful. You know what I mean?
So, here's the law right now. Are they turning in? They're turning in.
Taking your phone?
Just my phone.
Hold it portrait way.
Okay, well.
Like, looking at you.
Can you just watch my purse?
Yes.
I'll be right up. Or are you gonna come out?
I might go out in a minute. I'm gonna watch you.
Don't let anything get on top of this, please.
Just hold your phone portrait mode.
I love how Xavier's advice that he thinks is vital in the moment is hold your camera portrait-wise.
Okay.
So that you can capture what they're saying and you can be pointing at yourself, not the cops.
All right, I'll be right back. Thank you.
You must not have done a good job because this is about to end. Point it to yourself, not the cops. Don't point at the cops. Wisdom from Xavier. Oh no. Is it just gonna spin out? I want to see this interaction, man. Come on, man. Fucking YouTubers. I guess that's one good thing about Canada. I don't think that's so prevalent here. Boom, boom, boom. It must cack out here. Had to tell the bank. Remember I was freaking out about the bank the other stream? So I finally got a hold of someone competent at the bank, and they were like, how did things get this way? And I was like, I don't know, man. I'm just doing YouTube right now. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, this is life. But I feel like if it was an American thing, they would have been more judgmental.
In 19, Dylan Smith, Y12173, was released from the IDOC under the terms that he complete several deals with the state of Illinois. Those deals to set other people up prove that he did enter into these deals because the state of Illinois negligently failed to keep me safe. I was bludgeoned, I was stabbed 11 times, jumped by 3 women. And I, as recently as yesterday, was approached by a lady.
So this is the day after. I'm hoping that she gets into what happened with the cops when she had the conversation with them.
Confirming that I am being stalked and followed. So if you guys know, Xavier and I walked over to a...
Fuck no, I didn't tell him my channel. My real name is not Steve Delive, so I don't think he can find it. Hopefully not. Could you imagine?
An area of town I haven't been in probably, I don't know, 3 years. I used to live in the area. It's like the North Center area. And we walked towards Western Street to go to the dollar store to replace my toothpaste and deodorant and shit. Because again, this is expensive. Like getting robbed for your personal hygiene and having to go replace it all the time, it's expensive. I have 3 children. I need to go buy face wash for my children, body wash for my children. Their uncle shouldn't have to do that. So while I'm out here, you know, trying to live a moderate existence of having like the bare minimum.
Just minimalist. Just being a minimalist.
I'm getting followed around and robbed repeatedly, and law enforcement can do nothing or will do nothing. So this lady comes up to us while we're in the dollar store yesterday, and the reason I bring up Dylan is because we were on the reality show Love After Lockup together, and
3 years ago. think 4 years ago at this point.
We were together for 5 years, and I never once went through anything like this. As soon as he got out of prison, this is when my life started spiraling, and that's why there's a direct correlation to the deals he was working with the state of Illinois, and I believe probably the federal government. I'm sure he had federal government deals. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you have felony cases that are not federal, so for instance, I believe a simple assault or an assault with a deadly weapon, that might be federal. I don't know. I don't think those cases are federal. If you have like a white collar crime, like a banking, any crime against the federal government, then there's a different set of deals and a different set of rules, you know, and things are handled differently. And he has cases with both, or had cases with both. So he had so much shit going on and was involved in so many deals, like, I had no way of knowing. And I lived a very, very quiet life for the most part.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I know
Thank you for grabbing that date for me.
Sounds ironic to hear that if you know me, because my life was wild as fuck.
So yeah, so anytime she brings up this stabbing incident, it was pre-2020. Like, because Dylan was still in jail and she was visiting him when that happened.
But think of it this way. Monday through Thursday night, I was literally a stay-at-home mom, working.
My last name backwards is Eviled. I like that.
Full-time, not a stay-at-home mom, but yeah, stay-at-home mom working remotely, full-time from my computer, having my house, cleaning my house, spending time with my kids, and that's it. No friends coming over, like nothing weird, like cooking, going to the gym, and being with my kids.
It's Eviled.
Friday, I would drop my kids off at school, or their grandparents would pick them up and take them to school, and they would sleep over at their father's houses, which is where their grandparents and uncles lived, and aunts.
If I ever get banned off YouTube or something, I'll come back on an account called Evit's Eviled, and no one will know what that means except you guys. Oh my god, to see, but I'll have like a voice changer. I won't be able to say I'm me. I'll have to say I'm Evit's Eviled.
In the same area, they share like 4 houses. And my kids would go over there Friday and come back home Sunday night or Monday. The same thing every week. For those 2.5 days, all
5150 is like, I don't think they can hold you forever. I think it's like a 72-hour hold or something for a mental health evaluation.
all I would do was the exact same thing. Wake up, go to visit Dylan, work, make as much money as I possibly could. Doing in-person.
Okay, that paused by itself. Allows for a temporary involuntary psychiatric hold of an individual who is in danger to themselves, a danger to others, or is gravely disabled due to a mental health crisis. I think Kanye West got 5150'd.
Dating, consultations, writing, copywriting, selling content.
Yeah, 5150 means you're crazy.
Hurted me. So much stuff, you know, like just a very dynamic woman. But for me, that was like normal life, like working those 2.5-3 days in person, visiting Dylan those mornings, and then
I gotta see if I can find. There's a really good video or live stream. Heather was in a scenario like that where she was in a hospital and she kept live streaming. They're like, you can't be live streaming in here because of HIPAA laws. So they put her in some, I don't know what it was. It's some like docking station or something, some weird room. And she was like, oh, we're just in here now. And she just like sits there, gets comfortable, and starts rambling on her fucking narrative and shit. I gotta find that video. I don't know where it is. It's like, I've only seen it once, but to me, it's fucking hilarious. She's so confident about everything. It's insane.
Then being with my children all the other days of the week. I was literally like Betty Crocker of OnlyFans, you know? And so it bothers me that there's still such a strong sexual connotation to my identity. I've gone above and beyond to explain to you people exactly what happened when Dylan came home. Besides being bludgeoned and stabbed as a result of these deals, thank you. Yeah. You know, I was raped. You know, I was thrown out of my home. Why? You don't want it?
I'm donating it to the baby.
I was thrown out of my home.
Where's he donating it?
My life was destroyed, and I'm still outside 4 years later. No one is really like taking this serious.
I think it was before the sidewalk arrest. It was like before I started covering Heather, so like I don't know exactly when it was from, but I know that the sidewalk arrest, I mean, I guess chronologically it could be after the sidewalk arrest. I just know that the body cam footage to the sidewalk arrest came out like fairly recently, I think the past year or something. I remember someone getting mad at the comments. They were like, yeah, you stole a Crazy Train's video. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm cool with Crazy Train. Just a fucking body cam. Like, I'm just commenting over body cam, you crazy person.
And I know that there are so many.
That's a good stream too, though. I think it showcases the same point I'm trying to make. Like, she's just as confident with a whole group of cops around her as she is like just solo in her live stream. Look, there's Xavier in the back. I just noticed him there.
Many charges. I've been being literally stalked, harassed, beaten, sexually assaulted, robbed. My identity used and stolen. My likeness used and stolen.
That's Xavier, yeah.
Xavier and I have only known each other for 15 months, but upon meeting him, I had already been at 30 different locations, and none of them were standard living situations. It seems like they have been trying to hide me. And to me, I'm grateful because it's like, well, they left me outside for several weeks at a time so that I had no choice but to literally be exhausted or fall asleep outdoors, and that's when I was sexually assaulted. So again, this is all negligence on behalf of the state, and I try to be grateful, like, oh, I have Xavier, I've been with him for 15 months, but no. Xavier, his brother is the district attorney. This is supposed to already be taken care of.
His brother works for the district attorney. I don't even know if he works for him. He works like in proximity to the district attorney.
If a woman is being sexually assaulted and beaten and robbed and separated from her family for 4 years and there's no assistance, there need to be answers for that, because we're paying a staff of police and detectives and security to find out what the fuck is going on and put a stop to it. So if yesterday in 2023, I have been separated for 16 weeks from my youngest child, and from my oldest children, about the same. I've seen them a couple times. I dropped in on my daughter at work, dropped her some food, dropped my son some food, but that's not really spending any significant amount of time. You know, that's not really being able to raise them, and that's my primary job.
That's not, I mean, you lost that privilege when you chose Dylan over your kids, which is a really bad bet.
So I'm confused as to the sexualization of the world. I want to know, you know, where the line is drawn between OnlyFans, ManyVids, you know, Chatterbait. We met a guy yesterday who told me that's how him and his girlfriend make 100% of their living and pay their rent.
Is on Chatterbait?
And there's a lot of people like that. He said they also spend $200 to $300.
What the fuck is Chatter? I don't even know what that is. Like, I thought I knew what it was. Isn't that like just like chat roulette, but people jacking it? Is there a subscription model or you can make money off of that shit? I know nothing about the pay for, like, I don't know, XXX content industry. It seems crazy to me. Like, there's crap all over the internet for free. Why are you paying? I don't know, man. Whatever.
A day on drugs, and all the money comes from hustling those sites. So it's super confusing to me, because
wasn't that King Cobra's like site of choice?
I want to know where
was he spending money on that fucking site?
we draw the line here. If this is the way people are going to support themselves, meaning they're going to be spending a significant amount of time engaging in these behaviors, how do these behaviors contain themselves? How do they not spill over into the street so that when we're walking down the street with our children, someone's vagina flaps are not flapping in the wind at us through their
the fuck
bodysuit? It's disgusting. I'm a 36-year-old.
That's disgusting. Heather, what the fuck was that?
Woman who has worked in adult entertainment. I'm 16 weeks pregnant. I am offended by the things I have seen in this neighborhood this morning. And
yeah, the fucking crazy homeless lady on drugs who's pregnant who grifts social media for money isn't the problem. It's like whatever she just said.
I don't think I'm the only one who feels that way.
I'm not repeating that.
You know, I guess there are just different rules that we live by. When I was doing this cam work, I did things like Cocoa Pumpkin Booty.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. She painted her ass as a pumpkin. Cocoa Pumpkin Booty is the content. It's the content you get. She's not still talking to cops. That'd be crazy.
You know, I did a little bit of raunchier scenes, but for like the private, you know, for like the private video. I never went out into my neighborhood and gave myself an intentional camel toe in the front and back and made my nipples hard and took a fucking walk. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? You know, what the fuck is going on?
Probably mad Xavier was like looking at women or something. I don't know. I guess this would be a good time to like look at her modeling reel here. Let's see. Hold me now. What's going on? Oh, this is music.
Or creatives, photographers, videographers, anything like that. Model Mayhem is the spot that I'm using to find most of the collaborations. And I just received a paid offer for $250 an hour for a maternity shoot. I could not take it. Unfortunately, if you guys are not on Model Mayhem, click this link and sign up and follow me, connect with me on Model Mayhem. Let's collaborate. ModelMayhem.com. Creatives, models, photographers, videographers, creative direction, curators, directors, producers, Model Mayhem. Please go sign up for Model Mayhem right now. Once you've done it, like this post, send me a DM, connect with me there. If you don't know my screen name, it's the same one here, Coco Chanel YSL. Connect. Let's collaborate. Model Mayhem. Model Mayhem.
Model Mayhem. I just want to see like her actual
Also,
photo
if you guys
shoots.
are modeling and you're modeling out of town or you're traveling for a job, make sure that you have your rate structure in advance with a deposit requirement. I'm going to post a Google document link. Feel free to click on it. I have my own personal.
Why are you yelling at us?
I have not worked as a paid model this year. My last job was in LA. But if you guys are interested, click on that, alter it, write your own rate, and see what happens.
So this is Earth. Remember, she did the elements. So this is Earth. This was water. Remember, she said she needed like $100 for each of these. So do you think that whatever the fuck this is worth $100 of your money? I don't fucking think it is. This, you literally could have got this from the thrift store and like, I don't know, budget makeup. What's this one?
Going to find some food really quickly and then come back and probably do the photo shoot I wanted to shoot. So this is the finished makeup look. Heavy eyebrow, heavy eye. It was supposed to be with an eyelash. It doesn't work without an eyelash. So, whatever. I'll have to improvise. Maybe I'll cover my eyes or something. Who knows?
Give it a 1 out of 5. This was her photo shoot. These were some of her old photo shoots.
So,
well,
yes, you guys, you are correct. I have my little holiday cheer candle.
I remember this.
Single photo is me, and I curated every outfit and look. And every single photo was taken, pardon me, every single photo was taken since 2022. Because I moved into that apartment New Year's Eve. And I did all of those looks, with the exception of the second blonde look, within the last year and a half. So with nothing, I have been doing as much as possible. And literally with a small budget.
I have more faith in Xavier's EP making it big than Heather Gillespie making it big as a model.
Sky is the limit.
More old photo shoots. Let me see if I can find Xavier's music. What the fuck was his Ooh. Ooh. More photo shoots with the tires.
If anyone
I want to see Coco Pumpkin Booty. Where are you? For the people. But like, you're getting the picture, right? What is this? I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know what it's supposed to be either. Oh my god, yeah, the Frida look with the eyebrows. I don't know what the fuck that is. Or this, I really don't know what this is. I guess a heart. That's supposed to be a heart on her face. That is. What the fuck that is.
trying to get ready for a photo shoot, I'm frustrated because I don't have a good outfit for it. I don't want to look
She was getting real pregnant here.
too grungy. I wanted to do something more classy, and I don't have the outfit, so I have to make it like athletic, and I'm just frustrated with the whole everything. I want to look cute, and I like dressing up, and they took all my ball gowns. Whatever.
Whatever, it's fine.
These boots.
Oh my god, that's scary. Maybe it's not in here. I would have assumed it was in the model thing. But we're getting close to the end. Unless it's like, what, the first one? That doesn't even look like Heather. She must have been fucking hard on the Adderall there. Yeah, I guess we don't have Coco Pumpkin Booty. Where it would have been under model, yeah? Oh, conspiracies? I'll find it one day, and I'll show it to you guys. But you guys should follow We Are BCG on Instagram. You want to see Xavier's music real quick before we get back into what we're doing? This is Xavier. This is his music.
Ay, coño. He's the one-hitter quitter, papi.
Met her in a McDonald's parking lot. She locked her keys in the SUV. Watched her bust the window with her hand. Pieces of glass flying everywhere. Next day we're at the crib drinking soup. She won't receive me again. For now we're just friends. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I gotta guard my emotions and watch my mouth. I need to get this job and paper stack. It's always been my fantasy.
A groove to it.
Don't ever mess with no dope and you'll be rich. Open them diamond rings. If you got kids, you know what I'm talking about. Gotta show us some love and you'll get a hug. Tiny baby creeping in the house. Girl, any more of those, then I'm out.
I like that he put lyrics up here because I can't make out what they're saying. But apparently, treading on the earth, kind of slow, real slow. Let me do my thing. Hell yeah. So you get the gist. We're only halfway through. I'm not listening to another half of that. One like with 400 views. I still have higher hopes for Xavier in this world than Heather. I think he has more natural talent, and he's more humble. It's insane.
So my life is at this place now where I'm being forced to not participate. I'm being forced to only observe, learn, and then comment. Because by observing and learning, it's making me feel. And what I'm feeling is disrespected, on edge, unnerved, mocked almost. Like, is this even real? And then I start feeling bad because I feel like, well, maybe this
What I feel like when listening to Xavier's music. Is this even real? What is this?
is real. Maybe this is what the industry has evolved into. Maybe this is real. And I'm being a bitch because I'm so appalled and disgusted, you know? And then I feel myself trying to reel in my comments and filter myself. But I just have to tell you guys, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. It is very unnerving. I am very bothered and
Holman now. Come on, internet.
offended. These could be
Get
the
your
sweetest
shit
girls in
together.
the world. No one will ever know if your vagina is showing every single flap. Why are we even wearing clothes anymore? I mean, my God, it's almost worse than being naked because the way the clothes are all bunched up in that area, it's terrible. And they're doing the same thing for the butt. It's terrible.
Take fashion advice from Loco Coco YSL, who wears a lock on her thing for some reason with another band, and the Blink 182 shirt, and that hat that she made herself
So,
with the big ass Bluetooth headphones, the same one that Tony has.
on top of all my other sexual trauma and trust issues for the state and anyone with any authority, everyone around me is showing their vagina. And that's it. That's the update for today. Where it's Labor Day. We're heading back to pick up a payment. I have my youngest daughter's birthday next week. I need to drop off food and groceries and little snack packs for the kids. I have not heard back from any of the thousands of resumes I've sent out. I'm definitely still in a tech bubble. I've not given my permission to be in this tech bubble, nor do I want to be.
When was it a tech bubble? It's usually tech box. I'm being tech boxed right now, guys. And they used to be an ongoing joke. Instead of hold me now, I'd be like, I'm getting tech boxed, guys. But it never used to happen as much back in the day because, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Maybe I just didn't notice it as much. Who knows? The internet was worse back in the day. It's better now, so it actually makes no fucking sense to me.
Be in this tech bubble. And as I said, it's unlawful. It's a violation of human rights and civil rights to force me to stay outside living in a tent and refuse to allow me to earn my own income. So as you pass by me sitting on the street with my bachelor's degree and, you know, a bunch of unprocessed emotion that wants to come out in the form of purchasing a gun.
No.
Just think about that. You know, we're in 2023, a place where our society is becoming accustomed to spending anywhere from 8 to 15 hours a day masturbating, going outside with our entire vagina exposed, you know, and not giving a fuck about shit. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
Hi guys. So I just wanted to do a check-in. I've been kind of frantic. When you're going through a situation like this, that's scary and just weird.
I want to see, like, past Coco meet up with future Coco and them just have it out, you know? Remember her in that podcast when she was all for the sex work industry and she was, like, beefing up her downstairs parts, describing them as hamburgers or whatever. And now she's super against that. She's like, people just spend all their day masturbating and walk around with their vajayjays hanging out. It's like, I mean, like, that's what you were doing. That's what you were doing not that long ago. Not that long ago.
You oftentimes unless you go back and intentionally review the footage and what you've said, what has been notable, what sticks out, you will forget certain things. So after like a week, I have to go back, relook at what I've like already said and touched on, brought attention to, and then be sure that I'm not in my mind remembering other things and thinking I shared them, but not. That could be very relevant to everything else. So we all know the butterfly effect and how one small thing affects the other. We want to make sure that we're taking every extra step without being OCD, which is another one of my issues, about providing too much information over and over. So we're going to be informing, not inundating. And that is a lesson that you've heard me talking about a lot over the last 6 years. Be informed, not inundated. I want to touch on my pregnancy. So currently I am 17 weeks pregnant and 3 days. I'm excited. My goals in 2015, my 5-year plan was that in 2020 I was going to be married with a new baby, on the way or born, and moving into a house. So that was my goal.
They still had the blue tent back here? There's a lot of blue tent era that I haven't seen, and this, I could have sworn that they had the red tent at this point. I wonder if they just like busted this one out for some weird reason.
For those of you who have been following, it's 2023 and I am in a tent separated from my children going on year 3 or 36 months and not making much money at all. I have been gang stalked, I have been assaulted, I have been sexually assaulted, and everything in between. And I am glad to be alive, but that has all gone on and all is thoroughly documented on all of my other Instagrams, beginning with the one Heather GEE. Why did I change Instagram handles? I didn't. I was for the one Heather GEE and the HLG Forever _ as well as the mercifulstorm.com. I did not change the handle. I simply, was locked out or hacked out of my own account, meaning they went in, changed my password. I'm sorry, you guys, they always pick up traffic and like distractions from outside of the tent when I'm trying to give thorough explanation so that it becomes increasingly difficult to complete a thought.
Yeah, they're like, yo, you gotta drive past that blue tent there. Heather Gillespie is trying to give an FTR, and we can't have that. Because if she does, then society will collapse.
But anyways, I have documented as thoroughly as I can. And, what more can I do? But since becoming pregnant for the second time, I felt that it was even more important to document, as well as plan as if the results I've already expected and worked for are here. So I call my children every single day. A few things I do to stay grounded. I call my children every single day, numerous times, whether they answer or not. I try to call my father as frequently as possible. I tried to keep Xavier... Oh my goodness, I'm trying to sneeze and I can't. I'm trying to keep Xavier as accountable as possible. He had one slip up
accountable
a few weeks ago. Again, I cannot break free of Xavier. Xavier is in my heart one of the only reasons I have not been, further victimized.
Xavier is preventing you from moving forward in your life, even in today's day and age, because he's just sitting around. He doesn't contribute anything, right? Like, wouldn't life be easier if you just had to look out for yourself, and then maybe you could save some money, take your medication, get away from this crazy homeless drug addict, be around people who are maybe more stable and like get your life back on track. But she's like, nah, we need Xavier. Can't do anything without Xavier.
I can't prove that, and there are times that I genuinely question it, but for the most part, I think it's the truth.
I think it's because, like, if Xavier's not around, then she'll have no one to blame but herself. At least if Xavier's there, she can pass the blame on to him. Oh, this happened because Xavier wasn't ready, or you know what I mean? When it's really probably Heather's fault. Xavier's like a puppy attached at the hip. Wherever Heather's going, Xavier's going.
it's been a very difficult road. I'm very grateful to be pregnant again, but it's also very scary. For those of you who have been following, I was pregnant with twins that passed away December 26, 2022. Rest in peace, babies. And I have 3 children who have lived with me their entire lives from birth through 2020. So my plan for 2020, being married, settled in with a baby, etc., did not go as planned. It's now
I wanted to be married. Well, you picked the wrong guy for that.
2023. I am pregnant for the second time in under a year. And guess what? For the second time, I got pregnant on birth control. So everyone's always like saying all this stuff, oh my God, what a blessing. Like, talk about it, right? I did everything in my power that I could do, everything under my control to be responsible, considering the circumstances especially. And look what happened even still. So clearly this is a sign from God, and I just try, like I always tell you guys, manifest your future, decide your direction and your path, but also know when it's time to just breathe it out and ride the wave that God, is controlling. We cannot, no matter how hard we try, control the waves of the lake or of the ocean, right? So we have to think of the same thing with certain instances of what's going on in our lives.
I don't think she knows how the ocean works. I don't think anybody is trying to control waves in the ocean. You're supposed to use the waves to help navigate. Like, you can use the elements to get to where you want to go. You just got to know how. Maybe this is a bad metaphor.
As we level and progress through life and up, as they call it, every ounce of experience is a level up. So as we continue to do that, we just...
But Brooke is like, oh my God, Brooke. Heather's like, just let the undertow take you away and drown. That's what...
just literally need to learn how to ride those waves as gracefully as possible, and that's all that I've been trying to do through every ounce of pain, ridicule, condemnation.
Brooke had court not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, for Planet Fitness and Jason. Jason brought in a doctor's note. He said, I'm too sick to come into court. They said, Jason, you come back on the 24th. And then Planet Fitness got continued to the 23rd, which is in 2 to 3 days, I guess.
Happiness, breaths of fresh air. That's literally all we can do. But I did finally get, for those of you who have been tuned in, I have been using a state Medicaid plan called Molina Health. There are multiple state Medicaid plans in Illinois. There is Molina, Blue Cross Blue Shield Community, County Care, regular Medicaid, and then one other one, Meridian. So pretty much every OB accepts all of them other than Molina, which is the one I have. I finally heard back from my primary care physician's office, or someone pretending to be my primary care physician, and they gave me a referral to a Mona Goma, a doctor in Elmwood Park, Illinois. So I am very far from Elmwood Park, but I'm crossing my fingers that maybe I'll be able to find an apartment there or a sponsor there for Xavier and I, if his father is not able to give us back our space at the condo. He said he met with his father today and that his father seemed willing to do so.
The space at the condo that you got evicted from?
So that would be fantastic.
I forgot she used to say this all the time. She was like, yeah, Xavier's dad's going to give us a budget. No, Xavier's dad's going to let us move back in. He never did. Xavier's dad wants nothing to do with Heather. She's a mess.
Until we figure out what's going on, try being pregnant.
Xavier would be better off with Carter from the Skids Row.
Neurotic and terrified, mixed with exhausted of crying. That's pretty much where I'm at. I do need to do some self-care. I feel so unkept. And I'm, just trying to stay grateful and optimistic. I wrote on the wall of my tent.
Do you guys know who Tammy Hall is? I was flipping through YouTube lives today and I seen Tammy Hall live and I was like, this lady looks like the Joker. And I think I seen some videos of people going over Tammy Hall. Do you guys want to start fucking sniping Tammy Hall? That's like the only other YouTuber in vertical that I see like streaming that I kind of know of, other than Truther, and Truther plays a lot of copywritten music. So I don't know, I'll keep an eye on her, but if you guys know her, I can do like a little, I don't know, I can try to get caught up on the situation and we can maybe snipe her a bit during the day. I gotta start streaming during the day again. My numbers are fucking shit right now.
I will remain hopeful, positive, and focused for myself, my children, my future, and the future of humanity. And I think we all have that responsibility, each and every one of us, right? As possible. Obviously, we can only do what we can do, right? It's been a...
Yeah, I know nothing about her, but at least she's fucking streaming on YouTube. That's the other tricky thing too. There's a lot of people that I would want to cover that I just don't think is gonna get pushed in the algorithm because they're not on YouTube. You know what I mean? So if I stream Snipe Tammy, we can try Healthy Hunger Food Force or whatever the fuck that those people are too. They're in the your audience watches these people as well, so I know that there's crossover for sure. I don't know. We just got to get some fresh people. I thought Heather would be back more. I thought Tony would be back by now. But if Heather and Tony are also on their sabbaticals, then we can go further in. I was gonna do a Kelly Wolf stream today, but she deleted a lot of stuff. I think almost everything put together for like an introduction for her, and then I gotta keep an eye on her more. But she's interesting to me. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's not on YouTube though.
Another really long time. Xavier was just supposed to go to the corner store, which is like less than 5 minutes away. So this keeps happening today. It's the second time. That makes me incredibly nervous. I don't like it when he does that. So I forced him to put a lock on the tent door at night. And usually I don't like him to like separate from me. He never lets me go to the store or do anything alone. He says it's not safe. And that he protects me from getting raped and murdered. So I'm pretty much...
And you know Tammy?
Just in this tent, like trying to think of things to do. And that's it. You know, I don't really know what else to say. They keep on saying that you have to move forward and forgive.
Reinforced ambitions.
In order to receive your blessings. I'm like sitting here like, forgive for getting stabbed. So forgive the people who stabbed me. Yes. Forgive the people who jumped and stabbed you. Okay, let me work on that. Forgive the guy who bludgeoned you with a tire iron over the side of your head and just left, like, would not even stop. Like 4 men had to peel him off. And then police had to chase him, like, away because he kept on trying to get you, that you don't even know who he is. Okay, forgiving that guy. Forgive the people who destroyed my car, my baby, like, the very first item more than $10,000 that I ever purchased myself. Okay, let me try and work on that one. Like, these are big. Oh, the person who separated me from my 3 children who I love more than life and like keep me going. Okay, working on that as well.
David Shepard?
Yay! You're back? I'm on a live.
Let me finish my cigarette.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to do.
She seems so happy. I don't know. In that moment, Xavier is probably like, life isn't that bad. It may be raining outside, but I got my cigarette. And Heather is happy to see me getting back to the tent. Life is good. Life is good. Maybe I'm just really high.
My youngest has a birthday next week. So I am going to buy her a birthday gift, and we're going to head back out that way for me to try to drop it off again. The last time I went, there was a little drama. And in the curated corrupt kind, the father of Alexis, my ex, he answered the door and he's like, no, I will not take these groceries. And he like tries to hand me back these bags of groceries.
Yeah, that's another thing she does. She just shows up to her kids' places, like their baby dad's homes, with groceries and dollar store toys and shit that they don't need to try to look like a good mom. And then, you know, she used that to grift more donations from the sponsors.
And I'm like, you will take them because they're not for you. They're for my baby. Like, I want her to have her Go-Gurts before school and her, you know, all this stuff. And even if you don't want to let her come out and talk, you know, and hang out because you're scared or we're being targeted again or whatever is going on, because who the fuck really knows, at least give her these snacks from her mother who loves her. And he, like, calls 911. And I'm like, this is all I need is another attempt, entrapment, whatever. I go to the corner store and call 911.
You know, I forgot This brings back memories. There was one Christmas I went to visit like my mom, right? And Heather was doing her fucking, she was just pumping content out all through Christmas. So I woke up in the morning. I just had Heather, like I was screen recording her fucking Instagram stories. So my mom's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's a crazy homeless lady. That's like, I just gotta grab some stuff from her."
With myself, and I'm like, look, my ex just called you guys for no reason. I wanted to call you and let you know I'm leaving. I just went to drop off groceries. That's it. And the officer who answers uses the name. Who's been watching me since Love After Lockup? If you've been watching since Love After Lockup, heart this. And this is not a plug for Love After Lockup. I don't like the show. I have some, disdain for a lot of people that not produce.
I mean, she basically went crazy and lost her house and stuff. Like she got kicked out of Dylan's place and she didn't have anywhere else to go. So the baby daddies, like the kids' fathers, took custody of them. Thank God, because like this is the alternative, is this tent here. I guess for a bit there was a little bit after Love After Lockup where she seemed to have like a few sugar daddies that were paying for apartments for her, but she would wreck them. Like she would write all over the walls. She would tape up the vents. She would say that people were coming in and stealing stuff of hers, just like at any other apartment she's been at. And they would get sick of it and eventually just stop paying. So she ended up out here. Like the only guy she can get now is homeless Xavier, because he's mentally weak and I think will be with anybody. So she's preying on that. And yeah, and Weston, like her latest kid, just because like she didn't have housing for him or any means to take care of him, and he also had to be put in the NICU because he had drugs in his system when he was born.
But we're involved in that narrative. Okay, so for the show Love After Lockup, they tried to say all this fucked up shit about me, right? But really they were like helping cover for Dylan, who was cheating on me with like a million other women, etc. One of the women he was cheating on me with has a name. Another one of the women he was cheating on me with has an address, right? What do I mean by that? Because they specified, they singled out that woman's name, the one woman.
Yeah, she claims that she only smoked weed while pregnant, but I mean, either something else got mixed into the weed, or it was what's that called? I was gonna say tainted, laced, or it was laced, or she was doing other stuff at the same time, which I think she might have been doing other stuff knowingly.
Woman's name, officer, and then the woman's name. That's not your name, officer. Why are you antagonizing me? I haven't spoken to Dylan since 2020 probably. Why are you antagonizing me? And then the next time I'm doing a Google search and looking for a staffing agency to begin employment, even at a factory, which I'm like, whatever, 12-hour shifts, yeah, it'll be awful on my body, but what the fuck? I'd rather be on a conveyor belt or assembling mailers or doing something like that for minimum wage than making no money at all, right?
I worked with pregnant women in a factory before. They gave them really easy jobs, like just folding cardboard. And they could sit down and do whatever they wanted, basically. So, like, she could probably get a factory job.
I have a baby about to be born. I have 3 other babies. My kids need glasses. Like, my child's about to have a birthday. And I look up the staffing agency, and it's legit this other girl who I caught Dylan in bed in my apartment.
That's who the staffing. Well, that sucks. Oh damn, you're the person who's supposed to get me a job. I seen you fucking my boyfriend like a year ago, or I guess 5 years ago at this point.
In the bed that came from my first apartment that we sleep in together as husband and wife. You're with this bitch who I know and have been to her house before in my bed. Like, why? And Love After Lockup is protecting him. So the police are on bullshit. I call the police for help and they answer, yes, this is officer, and it's a bitch's name that Dylan was fucking behind my back. And then they do that with my Google search results when I'm trying to find a staffing agency to get work. Like, this is 4 years after the
Love After Lockup isn't protecting anybody who isn't on the show. And like Dylan, once Heather's gone, the show has no use for him. There's no love after the lockup. So why the fuck would they be protecting him after the contract is over and he's not on the show? That doesn't even make sense.
The show aired. It was a 6-episode fucking season. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Please. What else is going to cause that? You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So for anyone who hasn't seen, you feel free to go to the bio section of my One Heather GEE account. I'm also rebranding again.
so that I can try and get some more business, because again, we have multiple lawsuits right now for slander and libel against numerous different people, agencies, and actors and actresses, as I like to call them. So people who are
I gotta pee.
impersonating law enforcement and putting hands on me, things of that nature, kicking my door down and letting other people have access to an apartment in my name, things of that nature. Numerous lawsuits. Pardon me. And we're just going to continue to sue everyone who continues to fuck around. It's like they want us to just curl in a ball and just be like dirty, unmotivated, sad people. Well, we are sad because you're hurting us, but we're not going to stop. You know, we're not going to just give up on life, right? We're not going to just say, oh, you took me away from my family for 3 years, so I might as well just curl up here in a ball and die. It'll be the rest of my life that I never see them. No. I still have a whole what?
Stop posting.
We're not going to stop posting. We're not going to stop documenting. We're not going to stop anything, like, ever.
Why?
What you...
But she did. She lied to us. I thought she would never stop posting, but she did.
What, like, and I've said this a million times. Thank you for reminding me, babe. What you need to remember as, like, someone who wants to support us is no matter how tired we get or you get, come back. You know, I understand this is an exhausting situation. I'm exhausted. I am literally exhausted. I get it. Go away from it for a while, but don't give up on it, please, because a lot of the things that are affecting me are models and paradigms to what's affecting us. Babe, give me the phone before it gets cold, please. To what affects us all on a greater level. I have to go and eat. I love you guys. I just wanted to check in. Still undecided if I'm going to see that Dr. Mona Goma in Elmwood Park, but definitely going to make an appointment, at least for the first, because it's high risk, possibly. But I don't even know what hospital that would be to deliver at, and we stay downtown in the 60610 usually. So who knows what's going on. I will update you guys later. They, I think, gave me that just to avoid some sort of liability, because I did make so many live calls to the state insurance offices. And there are, besides myself, a lot of people being told that they're trapped in plans, that they can't switch providers. But I'm going to make more.
What do you, yeah, like contracts? You're contracted. You can't. Until you pay off this phone, you can't switch providers.
About that later. Like, my other page is going to be strictly about those types of issues. I'll
all right.
Talk to you guys later.
I don't even remember what that page was, but okay.
Thank you guys so much. In childbirth.
Probably because this was September and I came in October. What the fuck happened to her lips here? This is a little bit ahead now. So that was from September 11th, and now this is from the 24th. But in 2023.
So all the plans that my preferred doctor at Northwestern.
So like 2 weeks after.
You guys know that I worked at Northwestern Hospital for about 10 years through all different practices, Chicago Lakeshore, Northwestern Medical Faculty Foundation, Northwestern Healthcare, NMPG, private. I've always gotten along with everyone, and I've never really had too many interpersonal issues. Nothing out of the ordinary for your, any person. So it's important for me to have the baby there, because when this false propaganda and all these lies start popping up, I can simply say to them, really, if that's the case, why don't you grab any one of these 100 doctors that I've personally, clinically, as well as administratively assisted for many years, and we can ask their opinion on my state of mind, etc., and so forth. You can't do that at a hospital where you know no one. So that's very important to me. But I have been unable to receive any assistance in scheduling. I've gone through the referral coordinator at Northwestern. I've also been speaking with the legal department in Northwestern. I've gone to the ER multiple times for visits. Since they won't let me have a regular provider, I feel like going through the emergency room or having my primary care physician order a complete second trimester ultrasound. We do know the gender already, but we are not sharing yet. So we're...
It was a boy.
20 weeks, pregnant, and the baby is due February 15th. It's as I've told Xavier, if the sponsors don't come together with some shelter. I paid for our Airbnb this far, and when all of this began with Dylan, I had my own apartment. You guys know that. So I have 3 children, Viviana, Lewis, and Alexis, and I have been the primary custodial parent of all 3 of those children since the days of their birth, respectively. They have never resided with anyone else more than they've resided with me. And they've been with me 4 or 5 days a week, and their fathers 2 or 3 days a week their entire lives prior to Dylan Smith's release from the IDOC, and that's why 12173. Of course, as I could have never predicted, Dylan, who promised that he was there as a mistake and that he really didn't do anything wrong, that he was set up.
This is a really long story, bro, to be like, I expect Xavier's dad to pay for everything because I paid for Airbnbs, which is just not going to happen. And that's a silly thing to presume. Also, going back to the sponsors real quick, I was expecting to, like, have her finish her thought, but it's too long. The sponsors, someone did offer her an apartment. All she had to do was give Xavier's last name, and she wouldn't. And then they gave me all the screenshots and was like, Brooke is ungrateful. Or not Brooke, Heather is ungrateful. And I was like, yeah, I know. Heather is a fucking piece of work.
That he was a victim of circumstance.
And, like, wants to be in the tent for whatever fucking reason. Unless he got a 5-bedroom apartment. Then she'd probably take it.
If you guys want to know the story, I can tell you right now. I've shared it before, but I need to find some people, if you guys are content creators, editors, or anything of the sorts, to help me go through this and create chronological, ordered slideshow kind of presentations, because there's so much information that's relevant, and it's not just relevant to my own life and happiness, but a lot of yours. The entire city of Chicago can be affected, and the entire world.
Our happiness is on the line in the fucking city of Chicago? I don't know, the stakes were so high.
World, to be honest with you, is being affected, because when you're dealing with a group of people who themselves have done billions of dollars, and I'm not stuttering, billions of dollars in debt from fraud and from, identity theft and from different things of that nature, robberies and different things of that nature, the things that I know and the things that have affected me, if they're unaddressed, they will affect you eventually, no matter where you are in the world, period. When you're dealing with billions of debt being accrued under a certain, guise or method, then you have the ability to implement change and to disrupt in a good or a bad way, positively or negatively. And we tell everyone, when we're being attacked, when we're under attack, as they call it, we always say, stay positive, right?
We can do more Brooke throwback tomorrow. I just couldn't today. I'm sick of Brooke.
As much as you can, and manifest for your future what you'd like to create. And the main reason is just to keep these people from literally killing themselves. People are up in arms. They don't know who to blame for all of this debt, even though they've been sitting by watching it take place and, in a lot of instances, joining in. And these are people in positions of authority that Dylan and his friends have proven have done really nasty, bogus shit. But then because they have a track record of success, because they have connections with the DA or with the state's attorney or with whomever, these people are given leniency, or in other words, they're allowed to corruptly be harming people for no other reason than to protect their own reputation.
See, Chad knows what's up. It's like you took their money,
while in doing so destroying the reputation of others. And I'm a perfect example of that. I'm a woman who had her identity stolen and then was dragged into the mix, as they call it, and law enforcement could not keep up. And they can't in many times keep up with who's who. Are you, do you have a job? Is that how you support yourself? Do you have an illegal job? Is that how you support yourself? Or are you a scam artist? Is that how you support yourself? Or are you relying on someone else and that's how you're supporting?
Wouldn't scam artists fall under like a legal job?
Yourself. And the reason that's of importance to understand for the government is because they go after people for taxes and they go after people for money. No one is interested in locking someone up if it's not going to make them money. So, that's what you have to really understand. We're getting to a point in our process here where they've already locked up everyone who has money. And they've already worked through the majority of the people who can pay to get out. So what they're left with is a pool of basically good people, morally and ethically inclined people, who they have to meet quotas with, because otherwise they have no one to account for all of these tiny little crimes that are taking place. Well, what's happening in effect is that everyone with money, intelligence, or power is running away from where these pools of low-hanging fruit live and survive. I shouldn't even call it living, because it's mostly not. In the 9 months that I've been out here, I can personally tell you that I have been
so degraded, so dehumanized. Someone has urinated on our belongings. Someone has dragged Xavier into an alley to do fentanyl with him. And I've never done a drug with Xavier, like that, fentanyl, crack, anything like that. I've never done that drug in my life. But Xavier, from what I know, has never done anything like that before. When was the last time you had a drug problem? What year? 2012. So we're in 2023 right now. So that's 11 years of Xavier being sober. Now he's being thrown into the street, right, with me.
Sober.
And I don't have a substance abuse problem, thankfully.
Xavier isn't sober.
But 11 years is a long time for someone to be sober. You're going to put that person in the street and effectively force them to use? I mean, it's disgusting. It's not safe out here. And we have been reporting
11 years sober until he met Heather Gillespie.
live on this for several years. It is not safe.
It doesn't make her sound good.
Is either one of us unwilling to work? Absolutely not. I have a bachelor's degree and I've been willing to work this entire time. As a matter of fact, I've obtained 21 jobs legally in the United States, ranging from Tampa Bay, Florida to Chicago, just since the release of Dylan Smith. That's inmate Y12173. Less than 30 days after I filed for an emergency order of protection against Dylan that would have protected my home, my children, and myself from him, he would have been probably put back into a substance abuse program for 30 days or something. He was on parole and using heavily. And he would look at me sometimes and say, I'm gonna use drugs again. I can't take this. I can't be out here. And I didn't know what to do. You know, he had a family at home, but his involvement in setting all of these other people up, whether it was for the state, whether it was for his own money, his own personal gain, I don't know. But all of the pressure, it puts them right back into a space of re-abusing. Now, we complain about the drug-using population, and I say we as a society, and I've been included. When someone walks up high as hell to Xavier, I feel angry in my heart. I don't feel bad for that person. I have to Jesus heart myself and say to myself, calm down. They're clearly, dealing with things of their own, wars, internal and external, because they're hurting, they're in pain as well. But it still angers me that they approach him because he's been sober for so long, and it's the exact same situation I dealt with Dylan. He was sober the whole time he was in prison, from what I know. He came home. I didn't even smoke pot. I threw away my little bowls and everything when he got home, because anyone who knows me knows that the only real medication I use is pot. I really don't even take Tylenol.
What about the Adderall?
Now, being so frustrated with the recidivism being directly correlated to the substance abuse increases and the increases in pressure. What do I mean by pressure? Pressure from other criminals to recommit. You're sitting in a group of maybe, 4 or 5 people. 3 of them don't know that you have a jail history. One other person walks in the room and says, hey, let's go commit crimes. What are you doing? Are you coming or not? Well, now you have 3 people who respected you as a business person who don't respect you anymore. And that's what I personally witnessed with Dylan in the selling of renewable energy, where we worked together at One Energy Solutions. We were both higher up on the sales team, so pretty successful, articulate, and leaders who were intentionally or unintentionally targeted by various people who really weren't assets to the company for any other reason than, as they call them, assassins. So competitor companies, and this
companies are hiring assassins now?
Will be my belief until the end of time, saw us come in with killer sales team and start putting numbers on the board. And because they could not keep...
And the company was like, yo, fuck these guys that are making us so much money. We gotta hire assassins to take them out.
Up in any way, shape, or form, but wanted to keep their contracts, they started sending in assassins. And those are people who, they don't kill you literally, like they don't take out a gun and put it to your head, but they're gonna fuck up your reputation, they're gonna ruin your deals, they're gonna visually disturb the area around you. If you guys have been following me for the last month, I haven't asked for pot or wanted to smoke pot. I've been carrying around this CBD vape for whenever I feel nauseated. I'm 5 months pregnant, so I'm trying to do nothing. And you guys know I don't take medication. So I don't do anything, especially not while I'm pregnant. So I started asking for pot again about 4 days ago, and Xavier is conveniently getting pot and placing it in areas that are very, very, very public.
We've seen her smoke pot on stream while she's pregnant.
And I'm saying to him, like, not to...
She wrote a whole thesis on this.
...to be PR about this, but what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you doing that? You know that I have had all of this negative publicity since the show. Prior to the show, I've never, ever been, you know, a scapegoat target, especially not online. And I just don't know, you know, what to make of this. Either you're my husband and the father of my child and you want what's best for us, which we agreed was taking no medication, you know, no medication that were prescribed other than the prenatal vitamins, you know, and doing the best we can with our diet and our energy levels, pushing this cart, staying active physically. You know, keeping our mind in a place of creativity. We have only been able to do one photo shoot this whole pregnancy, and it ended in me being literally body slammed by fake impersonator cops out of Schiller Park. And how do we know that was fake? We tried to look up the case. There's no case found.
Because it never happened.
So it's been one instance of this after the other. You know, that I'm really interested in having stop, and all of the problems that I have observed since you guys put me out here, the degrading behavior, the dehumanizing behavior, the isolating behavior, the even torturous behaviors at times, they're all prime conditions for mental health issues, for substance abuse issues, and for other abusive issues interpersonally. It is like you are creating a breeding ground for filth, and not filth that anyone's above. You could take the classiest individual you've ever met and hold them under these circumstances for a long enough period of time, and they will begin to, you know, naturally result.
It's her teacher way of asking questions. She asks the class questions like we're supposed to answer them or something.
To animalistic behaviors and thought processes. If you starve a person for a year and you condition that person to believe that the only way they can eat is if they stand on their head, jump on one foot, you know, turn around in circles 5 times, I promise you by the end of the 5 years, they will be doing that every single time they're hungry, because that is what you've conditioned them to know. It's easy to condition someone if you want to break the law, if you want to be unethical, if you want to be impractical. And that's what these people are doing. They're holding certain individuals and groups of individuals in very unpleasurable, almost unlivable, filthy conditions. Some of them they keep outside. Some of them they force to walk around all day and night with no sleep or very little sleep until they mentally become unhinged, and then they charge them. They jump on that and use that as an opportunity to charge them with something. And basically this has been my entire experience. I have observed the exact same thing over and over and over. I have consistently been reporting on this. We are in one of the most developed societies we've ever lived in. We have access to technology at our fingertips anytime, all times, most of the time. We have access, if not ourselves, to people who have funding and information and even ways to AI control other devices and people. And if they're not using AI entirely, they have ways of understanding manipulations with teachings that are becoming more and more common, like those of the 48 Laws of Power.
I don't think AI is on Heather's side, like at all.
There are entire communities who claim to homeschool their children who are teaching their children out of books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, the 48 Laws of Power. And they're not teaching them the standard curriculum in the United States that we grew up with, the history, the math, the English. So these are...
They're teaching us The Secret or whatever? Are you sure?
All things that we definitely need to be aware of, and things that I continue to observe each and every day that I am out here. I see more and more of it, and some of it is very, you know, hidden, and those are the players you really need to watch out for. The ones that come around you and you think that you're safe because they know what they're doing, and then it turns out that they are putting it on that they know what they're doing, but everyone else knows that they don't know what they're doing, but right before you hit the ground, it turns out they knew what they were doing the whole entire time. It's terrifying, you know, it's a definite roller coaster. I don't want to deal with it. And I've been very forward in that. I couldn't.
Fuck, it reminds me of James's word salad. Remember James's word salad?
I've been screaming pineapples. You know, everyone has a safe word, right? I've been fucking screaming pineapples on a daily basis since 2017. Okay? And that's the literal truth. 2015 and 16 and 17 were all very bumpy, but nothing I couldn't handle, right?
This is what it reminds me of.
And you know, it was my misunderstanding of culture before that made me confused about why some people were so scared, right? They didn't always know what was going on. And now I understand that it's every little thing that I do that I already knew I was doing, that I never knew I was doing. And the exact people that tried to stop me from doing what I was doing when I didn't know what I was doing are the reason why I no longer do the things that they say that I'm doing. I just do them the same way.
It's like the same fucking thing, man. I don't know. It's just it's a whole bunch of nonsense.
It was like, well, this is displeasurable and unpleasant and, you know, whatever, but I'll deal with it. Even 18, a little bit. Once we got half to the latter part of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, it's been fucking hell, you guys, hell. And I've given you the best of me, and you have created the worst of me.
That's James Soroka.
But I am begging you to let me be with my children and stop fucking around with me. I cannot take it anymore, nor should I have to. I have 3 children. I'm 5 months pregnant with baby number 4. I want to go home. Please, I want my car back now. You keep on promising that everything is under control and that, you know, everything is going to be fine. It isn't changing, you know, at all. The situation is that I'm still walking around with a heavy cart. I don't have a bed, and I have a belly full of baby, and they're not allowing me to see a regular doctor, you know? So please, follow through on your words. Replace my vehicle. You know, I have all of the proof that any lawyer would need to show that not only have I paid every ticket that I've ever gotten, every payment plan that I've ever enrolled in, my only auto loan is paid off. I always have supported myself. I've always supported my own children. No one has taken care of me. So please replace my vehicle, replace my home, and please stop putting me through this. I could write a million thesis projects on what, you know, is happening when we leave people outside. But why? I've already written multiple. I talk about it almost every time you see me. If we're well aware of the issue and we've proven what the issue causes, when are we going to stop complaining about the problem and put together a team of, you know, intelligent, resourceful, practical, logistical, I already said resourceful, let me say it again, resourceful individuals to help us find the solution, to help us map out, and not just map out because we've been talking for too long, but create the change that we've already discussed needs to be created. That's pretty much it. Nothing is really changing. I call the children every single day to check on them. I push the cart every single day wherever we're going. The minimum number of miles that we've walked in one day has been about 2 to 3. I'm trying to cut down on that because we've been taking these huge trips that are 40 miles each inside of 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days. We spread them out sometimes. But again, I'm pushing a 200 to 300 pound cart, you know, this whole way, and I'm in a very painful position, kind of benched. Like if you could imagine a push-up in the bottom position, I try to lock my elbows in a 90 degree and kind of keep my back straight, but it fucking hurts. This is not a life, you know, this is a prison sentence, and one that I don't deserve. So again, I'm pregnant. I'm down to only 3 pairs of pants that fit. I have nothing left. My OCD is all-time levels of high. Everything has been dirty. I think that's probably got something to do with the bud. I cannot stand being dirty. It's one of the worst feelings that I've ever experienced or could imagine feeling. And I pretty much have felt as soon as I change, like they create some sort of situation that makes me feel dirty again. So if you guys want to donate anything, like I said, I need gift cards, I need money, I need pants. I don't trust anyone to get me the pants I need. I'm 5'9" on my flat feet, and my body is changing rapidly because of pregnancy. I need to try them on first. And so in any way that you guys could help, it would be greatly appreciated.
Also, as you guys know, I have been with my children their entire lives, the primary custodial parent their entire lives. I have been for the past 16 and a half or 17 weeks, maybe even 18 by now, prevented completely from communicating with my youngest daughter, Alexis, who just had her 10th birthday 3 days ago, December the 19th. Happy birthday, baby. I love you so much. I walked over there to drop off her birthday gift to her. I need to order my big kid's glasses. My son is about to get braces. And they're really restricting my prenatal care for this pregnancy due to the fact that they have been. I've been left with no choice but to go to the ER multiple times to confirm pregnancy. I do have a primary care physician who ordered lab work, and I went to see him last month, 6 weeks ago or so, and they ordered blood work, and I had it done at Northwestern and faxed over there. And I've also been seen in several other area hospitals. I have an ultrasound of the baby. We know the gender. I really need someone to intervene and help us get the doctor that we need for this pregnancy. I know what type of monitoring is recommended. I have 3 other children. Like I said, I am a mom that comes naturally, so you don't have to tell me what I need. I know that this is not it. Obviously, any sort of tremendously stressful situation is discouraged for pregnancy. But I'm just doing the best that I can. I am concerned about Xavier, using and being pressured to use. I do feel like they are targeting him because of the information that I know, and because that if he is sober, that he could be a very beneficial witness for me to have, and the same vice versa. And if
that's the only reason Xavier's doing drugs, is because it'll make him an uncredible witness for Heather in court, not because Heather's driving her crazy or driving him crazy or anything, or he already did drugs before this. It's because they're force feeding him drugs so he can't testify for Heather.
He is knocked out of the game. It's none of what I have to say or what I know to be true is disprovable. I can still prove most of it, and we can prove all of it without, beyond a reasonable doubt. If we can't prove it 100%, but it's just nice to have, someone who understands and, isn't being discredited by a lie. And that's what they're doing to us. That's what they call ninjas, are people who they discredit when they need to. If they need time or wiggle room, they will discredit us and force us to suffer because of it. And then they'll also pull us back up and use us as witnesses. That's why they call us ninjas. Some people call us pancakes. Really, we're just trying not to die on a daily basis, being used and abused.
Who's calling them pancakes?
Used throughout. So this has to stop, sooner than later, please. Balanced, healthy meals don't have to be expensive. What did I use to meal prep when I meal prepped? I'm glad that you asked. Basically, I would make the same several meals on a rotating schedule. I would make ground turkey mini meatloaf. So I would use a cupcake pan and mix Worcestershire sauce, ground turkey, onions, garlic, a couple of other veggies, and just make like a little handful, put it in.
Everyone's like, nobody asked this.
There, cover it with a little marinara sauce and bake those. If I wasn't feeling marinara, you could do barbecue. And then pair that with broccoli, rice, potato, sweet potato. Also, I would do a lot of casserole dish. We call them casserolas. So you would take like a 9x13 glass pan, brown 3 pounds of the Genio's ground turkey, or you could do ground sirloin. We would do ground sirloin once a week because
Is that all it takes to get free drugs? Just be a really good witness, and then they're like, hey, you want to do some of this? I'd be like, okay.
Anemia would start coming. I have borderline anemia, so I start feeling like claudication in my fingertips and toes.
Claudication? What's that?
And things of that nature. Borderline blood clot time delays and things of that nature. So I try to keep a red meat in once a week. And I would put like a strip of red meat, ground beef or ground turkey, brown rice, black beans, and then do the same thing.
She pretended like somebody asked her, but nobody asked her.
A second time to make 6 equal rows. Meat, beans, carb, meat, beans, carb. And then you put all the toppings in little Tupperwares, shredded lettuce, diced tomato, diced onion, etc. and so forth. And you make yourself little bowls for that's 2-3 days. I don't know how to eat healthy when I have to beg Xavier for food. We have next to no budget and I'm 5 months pregnant. So I'm doing my absolute best. I never feel rested enough. I feel as though I'm being left in a tent, which is what's happening. My hips really hurt when I wake up from sleeping on the floor. Again, I'm pregnant, so my body is going through a lot right now, and I'd be really grateful if anyone would like to intervene in this situation. So that's the update. Vivi and Louis are good, from what I know. I spoke with my son yesterday on FaceTime and my daughter via text. Again, it's been approximately 18 weeks since speaking with my youngest daughter, Alexis, not for a lack of trying. I've called everyone in their family, and I've walked all the way over there to bring her birthday gift. You guys have a great day. For the collaborations.
Well, that was something.
I do not have the capital money to buy a bunch of stock right now, and I have set up several drop shipping stores, e-commerce stores, but my laptops and electronic devices keep getting stolen, or they log me out before I'm able to cash out. If you guys have a product that's hitting and you want us to collaborate with you, we will organize a flat rate commission. If you have a brand, a streetwear brand, and you have a hoodie line and a sneaker line, or a hoodie and a hat line, as I said before, I really want to start a store for the streets on my page where I can take $3 off the top of each order for my own profit. The rest goes straight to you guys. And I can be actively every day marketing your products and your brand through my store. So please consider it if you're not into collaborating on the actual photo shoots.
Store on the streets. So like she's marketing this service to other homeless people who want to sell merch.
But you really want to get your brand and your name out there, or you're not.
Because like, I don't know, Teespring's actually pretty shit, and TeePublic still hasn't fucking integrated the shit into YouTube. Maybe we'll try out Heather Gillespie's crazy fucking drop shipping store.
Local to where I am, or whatever the case may be, hit me up. I'm going to be adding a GoPro Solo shop here on Instagram, and I'm super excited to find people to collaborate who share the vision, and you guys have a great night. Fit anyone. And then let everyone shoot in the same pair, curate in the same pair. It's a bunch of free marketing. It's a lot of fun if you're in the industry and trying to collaborate. Also, if you don't want to do that, if no one is interested in doing the competition, or it's not even really competition because it's more like using each other to stay focused and motivated and competitive. You know, we're not competing, but we want to stay on our, game with curating and creation and being dynamic in those areas. If no one is up for that, I also am super down to collaborate directly with the designers, have a GoPro Solo part of the store. So for anyone who doesn't know my background, I am started as a single mom. I've been in 3 5-year relationships in my entire life. Louis, who I had 2 kids with, Orlando, who I had 1 daughter with, and then Dylan, who ruined my life. Xavier is my newest relationship, but he came to me presenting himself as a representative for God and the district's attorney. And
I'm representing God and the district attorney. I'm a man of many hats. Let's see what this pizza's about. Why did it not go here?
He doesn't want to leave. I know, you're so sweet. He smells the pizza on my hand.
Let's go this way, okay?
He's like, nope. Have a good night. This dog is not listening to me, so thank you. Anyways, thank you, sponsors. You guys have been amazing. This week we have had none. I've literally been not eating shit. I don't know what the fuck has been going on. It's awful. Everyone knows cheese pizza makes everyone constipated. Please stop giving everyone cheese pizza. You are constipating the city, and that's why we're flooding.
Right? I know, right?
Do you understand that?
And it's been raining lately and will continue to rain. Please stop feeding these people fucking cheese pizza. Please. That's first. Second, as I said, thank you very much. We appreciate all of your continued assistance. I'm really hurting when it comes to my body. I'm 5 months pregnant. I'm having a very difficult time sleeping on a yoga mat on cement. It's fine if I'm on grass or like something soft when we're outside. It's not, I can't handle it like that. Like I'm hurting. But anyways, if anyone would like to donate maternity pants, that'd be fucking fantastic also. Again, my lives are all over the place because
Can you guys just donate her some fucking fantastic maternity pants? Come on, sponsors.
I am all over the place. I am not taking any medication for ADHD or anxiety. And both have been really fucked up. I don't believe in taking any meds while I'm pregnant. The worst that I do is smoke a CBD or a hit of like a bowl pack when I feel nauseated or more.
What's a bowl pack? Like a packed bowl? Why did you call it a bowl pack? I've never heard anybody describe a bowl like that.
Feeling sick or like I want to kill myself. But unless I'm actively being raped and robbed, I typically don't want to kill myself. So you can remember that. If you see me trying to kill myself, chances are I'm probably being raped again. So look into it, please. Other than that, you guys, this is my first photo shoot I was able to do today. I haven't gotten to edits yet. It was just a little fun, impromptu shoot. I loved the wind and the waves. I'm super grateful for that. And, you know, just the entire direction of everything. I'm just tired, you know, and I feel as though being back in my own environment with my own laptop and my own office and workspace and my own home, my own bed, is the only thing that's going to take this to the next step. So please keep me in your prayers and GoPro Solo and my babies and my family and my community, yourselves included.
I always include GoPro Solo in my prayers.
And I will do the same for you. And like I always say, you know, quitting for a moment is not the same as giving up. It's just resting. So I'm gonna try to find something to eat that's not offensive. I'm hungry. I had a sandwich and some soup earlier this morning around 11. It's now like 8 p.m. So I gotta feed the baby. I love you guys, and like I said before, I would have definitely killed myself if it wasn't for this this community. So
the community that hates her, by the way.
Thank you. And if you're not already following my personal blog and you want more information on the sexual assault.
Thanks for the beans. You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
Rochelle super chatted $5. Thanks for the entertainment, Steve. Also, that Brooke video you edited was top notch.
Oh, thanks, Rochelle. Thank you for the 5.
Or the robberies or the bludgeoning or having my vehicle robbed and destroyed from me. And you're a lawyer or any advocate who can help replace those things or find out who did it. Please check out my personal blog, which is at coco.chanel.
Thanks for the beans. You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
Madrick Aladi super chatted $1.99. Will you ever cover Michael Hylor?
I don't know. I gotta go. I don't know who that is, so I'll have to go check him out, but thank you for the 2.
CHANELLE.YSL here on Instagram. There's also corresponding YouTube channels and a little bit on TikTok, although not very much. You guys have a great night. Thank you again. And if you can sponsor, please do so, because I don't know what the fuck they're feeding me this week. It's been real bad. I literally told Xavier never to bring me another Monster again, because anytime he gives me even a sip of the energy drink Monster, literally the sponsors start feeding us like bugs. And
but the sponsors start feeding them bugs when she drinks a sip of Monster. The correlations that she puts together are super wacky.
Like worms and shit. It's disgusting. There was like, they've been doing Chipotle. Like Chipotle's, but neither. Chipotle's been sponsoring us. Dude, they stopped putting meat in the bowls, and then one of the pieces of cheese, I kid you not, was like curled up like a maggot. I cannot. Oh my God, how fucking repulsive, and I'm pregnant. Like,
What is she talking about?
Awful. And then all the other days they're giving him.
I didn't know Chipotle was replacing their meat with bugs. Like, I just didn't think that was a thing. Also, Chipotle's not sponsoring her. She means that, like, people are paying to buy her Chipotle.
Cheese pizza. This has never happened before. When this happened last summer, I was very honest and forward about the fact that this could not be happening. I cannot be eating cheese pizza at all, let alone multiple times a week. I'm a weightlifter, so I usually eat about a cup of protein, like a chicken breast, broccoli, brown rice, things of that nature. Fruits and veggies, a burger, no cheese, no mayo, sweet potatoes, omelets.
You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
XX Dead Lie Angel XX super chatted $4.99. Great work, Steve. So glad to join this wonderful community. Heart and arrow, heart and arrow, heart and arrow.
Thank you, Deadly Angel. Thank you for being a good little angel. Thank you for the 5.
Literally, the list goes on, and I'm not picky. Just can't have fucking animals growing in it, and can't make me.
Animals don't grow in food, whatever.
Constipated. So, bye, you guys.
Bye, you guys. Animals growing in my food.
A great evening. DM me. Oh, wait, before I let you go, I'm going to hang up this live and start another live real quick. I'm only at 6%, I think, 4%. I need to tell you about this commission structure plan, so I'll be right back.
Oh, she's on the phone. Let's see. This is a live meltdown. Who's she on the phone with?
I don't know what you're asking. Chicago has numerous locations. Harlem and Grand Avenue or Harlem and Belmont is where I would like to be dropped off. I cannot provide you, for safety reasons, the exact suite name, doctor name, and address of my physician.
But is she trying to get a taxi? They're gonna need to know where they're dropping you off.
Nor do I have to legally. The transportation included with the insurance describes that as long as a doctor's appointment that will be verified, I'll submit to my insurance company to verify I went, that transportation will be provided. I have a bachelor's degree in medical law and ethics and new business development, so I'm very familiar with my rights.
Why is she making things so difficult? It's a little annoying, yeah.
Okay, so for the address, you can just type in Harlem and Belmont, Elmwood Park, Illinois, and that would be perfect. Okay, fantastic. I wouldn't know because, as I said, I've been being blatantly denied medical rights for several months. So I've been on foot, pregnant, as a mother of 3, who I still have legal custody over, primary legal custody over. Besides being abused and denied medical, I've also been denied any sort of assistance in obtaining an emergency doctor's appointment. I just lost a twin pregnancy December 26th because someone scratched my cervix open with their finger in the middle of the night while I slept in an Airbnb. I have filed numerous
That was apparently Xavier, and they looked up how to do that.
police reports for many, many different occurrences of abuse. The police have not followed up with me at all in any way. So I'm working closely together with whatever caseworker I can deal with at the Fulton Market location.
I think she's talking to, like, a taxi company to get to the appointment, and apparently insurance will cover this. So she's like, I don't need to tell you where to pick me up or where I'm going. And I assume that the dispatcher's like, well, how the fuck are we... How are we supposed to come get you? Where are we supposed to know where to drop you off?
Or whoever I can deal with when I call the 1-800 number or physician's offices so that I can be seen without having to
she muted? Or like a call's coming in.
Sense. Yes, ma'am, and I'm so sorry that everything you encountered. Thank you. You have a case manager with Elena. Yes, I do. Have you been talking with her? I don't know if that's her name. Again, a lot of the times when I go into the office and meet with these people, they still wear masks. They're very secretive. It could be. It could be. Again, I'm living out of a U-Haul cart right now. So a literal luggage cart. I have my luggage, my 3 bags. I went from a 5-bedroom home where me and my 3 children live together. And I've been on my own since 18 years old. I'm 36 to 5 duffel bags. I have a novel written, 400 pages of all the times that they have sexually assaulted me, beaten me over the head with a tire iron, stabbed me 11 times. I have everything in great detail, but again, I'm walking around with a cart trying not to be stalked. So it's very difficult for me to find the details of the call because again, I can't even go sit down at a Starbucks because they say that my luggage is intrusive to their patio. So I'm literally on the sidewalk, huddled in a little ball underneath my luggage, trying not to be followed and stalked to the doctor, and also not to neglect my pregnancy, so that the gay couple that's being incentivized to pay money to steal my baby don't have a leg to stand on when they try to do so.
The gay couple trying to steal her baby? Who's that?
They're trying to say that I'm unfit and I'm not seeking prenatal care because I am homeless. And I am homeless because they have literally thrown me out of my home and abused me for 4 years. I need to see a doctor without exception, and I don't want to disclose any further information about the location. I know for a fact that when they submit the codes for the medical visit, you guys on the encrypted end, on the end where everything is super secretive, will have everything you need. Even if I have to walk a mile from where the transportation leaves me, I do not want it on file with the driver. Let's put it this way. I want it on file with the least amount of people possible so that there is the least amount of, tampering, stalking, assault, etc. and so forth. That's why I'm saying Harlem and Belmont is perfect because, as I said, if someone is listening to that, there are about, 50 or 60 doctor's offices in that area. Do you know what I'm saying? It would take them a while to try to locate me. I don't want them to stalk me, and I need to keep this appointment. And I do completely understand. So, let's see if we can get this to where we do need on our end to just verify so we can get that taken care of. Okay. And then I will be right back. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for your patience.
I can see Xavier. Right? Yeah. Pretend the call dropped. Let's see if we got a transcript. No transcript. The anticipation. Whoa.
Everybody wants to be a fucking social media superstar. It's disgusting. I'm literally here, curled in a ball, trying to have a private conversation, and they literally just follow. And they know that I'm connected to the Wi-Fi at Starbucks, and I cannot move away. This shit is disgusting. These are losers. These are not fucking resources or people offering help. They walk up, make contact, ask for information, claim that they have assistance, and then don't do shit. This is the same thing I've been going through for years.
Hi, I have a question. Bitch, you don't have a fucking question. These people are thirsty. Everyone wants to be the solution. It's sick. It's like they've literally been watching my story unfold for 4 years. 4 years I've been broadcasting publicly everything that's going on. No one has done a goddamn thing. No one. But whenever I go live, everyone wants to run in and get their face on the camera. Get away from me.
What? Who is trying to get their face on the camera? No one is trying to get their face on the camera.
Get away. It's sickening. It's fucking sickening. Like, look at how I'm sitting right now, you guys. Do you see this? Like, I'm literally sitting in the corner on the street, on the side of the store, with my cart blocking me. With the cart blocking me. I'm good. Not us. You need to separate from me. Immediately.
Xavier?
It's the same thing every morning with this person. It's not the real Xavier. The real Xavier, like, literally hugs me and holds me and kisses me.
the fake Xavier. The fake Xavier needs to get the fuck away from her.
And rubs my feet in back. Yes.
Hi. Okay, so the address or the phone number I called, I don't think it was the correct one. Once on the line, I think I found the one that looks like it's off of Carl.
Okay, like I said before, I'm unwilling to give you the address or contact information at my doctor. I don't think that you need to be involved again. I have a bachelor's degree in medical law and ethics, so I can advocate for myself. I just need a ride. As I've said now 10 or 11 times.
I do understand that. And as explained, I do need to just get some questions answered. I think I found the phone number that I'm needing, so I'm going to try on a different number real quick, okay?
Okay, but I've not given you permission to call and ask my doctor's office anything, so you're now again violating the terms of Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act. I have not given you permission to speak with anyone in my medical office, and I would like to. Patient is supposedly included, and you're insisting that you have the right to contact my personal physician and call the office of my personal physician when I've already let you know that
It's probably to make sure that you're actually going to the doctor's appointments and not just using this medical transportation thing for your own personal use, like to go drive around Chicago for no reason.
I have been being stalked and abused, and that discretion with regards to my appointment is incredibly important. That all I would like is a ride, as I've been promised by my caseworker, to Harlem and Belmont. And then you put me on hold and decided to call my doctor's office, and you don't see any problem with that?
Did the doctor say that they're not the doctor?
Here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. If you cannot arrange transportation without infringing upon my privacy rights and the laws, then that's all you need to say. And we need to end the call, and I will figure something else out. I'm not going to continue to be putting myself in a place of danger because you guys cannot get it together.
Heather, if you'll stay with me one moment, I'm going to be reaching out to the supervisor and placing on another hold. Okay?
Okay, so this is exactly what I've been dealing with. Either they don't answer at all, or when they do answer, they want me to provide. And I've provided 4 times in one single call my social security number, my birth date, my full government name. They ask me if I have a middle initial. They ask me security questions, like my mom's maiden name, and it's always something random. Sometimes they ask nothing. Sometimes they ask 4 or 5 questions. I cannot continue to provide this information only to arrive at my appointments to be attacked. It's an ambush. Like, I literally arrive there wherever I'm going. It could be at my children's homes. It could be to deliver food to my children. Either fake members of law enforcement or CIA, as they call themselves. It's previous members of Hollywood, actors, wearing law enforcement badges, pretending to be cops, stalking me all around. I have so many videos. If you guys go to the One Heather GEE account, you can see where my home was broken into. I was using the Blink security camera to monitor everything. Everything is well documented. Eric Shull came to my house and installed hotel latches
a new deadbolt, and a new door handle lock. So 4 locks in total, 3 new ones and 1 deadbolt that was already there by the facility. I went to bed, woke up in the morning, and every lock was open and turned open, and the door was opened. $800 or more cash was stolen from me in the 3 months I was there. Clothing, food, all types of stuff. All types of stuff. I asked within a week to violate that contract, so whatever that contract is, lease, to terminate that lease, have a refund on my security deposit and first month's rent so that I could find somewhere else to live, and I was told by grant, no, you may not. But you can leave, but we're not going to give you a refund. I said, okay, then obviously I'm not going to leave. I'm not just going to give you $5,000 and walk away. That's all I have. And this was last year, January 1st of 2022. I lived there until April 1st when 4 fake cops, not real, fake cops, kicked my door down or used one of those huge metal battering rams, kicked my door down and told me I needed to leave and literally physically assaulted me, grabbed me by my face, grabbed me by my chest, slammed me against the wall. All of this is on body cam footage, all of it.
Alright, so that doesn't sound like it was your place and you got, like, crazy evicted or you weren't supposed to be there or something. I don't know. That must have been gag.
To this day, I have been outside since being displaced from that home. 3 people, Alexis, Will, and Juan, have helped me with shelter for about 1 to 2 weeks each. Xavier came after Juan dropped me off, telling me that he was sent by God and his brother was the district attorney and that they were there to help me. We spent 1 week inside and in his father's house on the Gold Coast and have been outside ever since. Ever since. I worked at Getir for 4 months. I paid for Airbnb for those 4 months. My entire check, or 90% of it, went for food for Xavier and I and my children and shelter. And Christmas came and I got my kids each about $300 worth of gifts, and that's it. That's all I've been able to spend my money on. Everything that they do is pre-planned, premeditated, and at my expense. I am 5 months pregnant. I just lost a twin pregnancy, not to miscarriage. I had to deliver those babies. I had contractions. I went into labor. We called 911, and by the time the ambulance arrived, I had already delivered 1 of the 2 babies. I was taken by ambulance to Swedish Covenant Hospital. Both babies passed away. How much more can one woman handle?
He's like, murderer.
2 weeks ago, I laid in my tent on the side of the road, feeling sick, and it was 3:30 in the morning. I finally had fallen asleep. Xavier was being incredibly abusive the entire day. Again, one of numerous times that I told him, I don't want you to follow me. Please leave me alone. I involved the police. The police responded earlier in that day. I told them he is harassing me. He is stalking me. He is calling me every name in the book. He is relentless with the abuse and will not leave me away. Law enforcement told him to be nice to me or go away and left. Yes, that's the day Franco passed by on his bike. Or a Franco lookalike. Who fucking knows anymore? No one has done anything to assist me, but they have done so much to cause me pain and detriment. My biggest fear is that if this has continued since Love After Lockup in 2019, I've never had a problem like this in my life ever. Nothing even remotely similar. Nothing. Nothing at all. We're 4 years in, and it has not stopped. If this is the type of abuse I'm going through, and I'm a 36-year-old woman who can articulate, I've had Botox, Radiesse, Juvederm, everything. I've spent all my money on my children and myself, knowing fully well.
Why did she, like, bring up the Botox and Juvederm? What does that have to do with anything?
That people judge based on appearance, that opportunity is provided based on appearance, because that's the type of life that has been created around me. You don't get jobs if you don't look a certain way. You don't get jobs if you don't talk a certain way. You don't get jobs if you don't do a certain thing. You don't get jobs if you don't hide that they rape you. They want to rape all of us, and they want us to just be quiet. They want us to passively lay down and be sexually assaulted and physically abused and not get upset about it. upset. And I've been upset. And I have been recording. Yes, you can call them hysterical. Some of them are calm. Many of them are hysterical. Can you blame me? If I can articulate as a grown-up woman with an education that I am not safe, that I am not being treated fairly, that I am being abused regularly, and no help ever arrives, what hope is there for any child who's experiencing something like this? What hope is there for any addict? What hope is there for any person who truly does have a mental health issue? There's none. There's no help. If there was, how is it possible that I would still be out here 4 years later? Before I went live, I called them 2 times. The first time I spoke with a lady, sat on hold for 8 minutes. She hung up on me. The second time I spoke with another lady, explained the situation. She transferred me to a third person. Every single step of the way, I've had to verify my birthday, my name, my phone number, my social security number. Of course they're fucking stealing my identity. And they
Who would want to steal her identity? I don't know. I gotta get food.
I have submitted to DHS handwritten narratives, typed up narratives, every fucking thing, everything that I can think of to do. I have never had a substance abuse issue. I've never been an addict, and I've never been crazy. I have PTSD, depression, and anxiety, as well as ADHD, and I have since I was a teenager. I've never taken medication for them until I was an adult. 21 years old, I finally said, okay, I'll take something. My doctor and I put me on a PRN dosing schedule as I need. I'm a very, very, very intelligent person. I'm also a clinical medical assistant with a bachelor's degree in new business development and medical law and ethics. My focus was healthcare administration. I took numerous courses that were each a year for coding, billing, law and ethics, EMR, anything you can think of. I have taken a class for it. In DuPage County, in Cook County, at Triton College, at College of DuPage, online, American Intercontinental. I have literally been in school and a student since I was 14 years old, taking healthcare-centered courses, even through high school. Psychology, biology, clinical medical assisting and phlebotomy, the Illinois School of Medical Careers, fitness, NCCPT, NASM, ISSA, all 3. I have done all 3. Don't tell me that I'm mistaken. I'm not mistaken. This is what I know. Don't tell me that I'm safe when the same day the tent is ripped open and I'm kicked in my face by a man at 3:30 in the morning. The same day I called police for help about Xavier and they did nothing. And do you know what they did when I called them for help the next day about that assault? They said, yeah, that's a bad area. I'm sorry, the Gwen, Chicago, Illinois, Michigan Avenue, the Gwen, attached to Nordstrom. I was approximately 300 feet from the entrance to the Gwen. Security cameras everywhere. No assistance provided, no arrests made, no investigation started. Am I just supposed to die in the street before anyone intervenes? And now they're saying that they're referring to me as a, quote, breeder, like a dog, and saying that that someone is trying to steal my baby. A couple, a lesbian couple or a gay couple, and that they're doing everything they can to obstruct my medical so that when the baby is born, at the time of birth, when the doctor asks, have you had prenatal care, I'll have to say no. I've been calling on lives. I've been calling with witnesses. I've been doing I went to Fulton. I went licensed advocates. I've been working with several caseworkers. What do you want from me? How much more am I going to go through? I need to be in Elmwood Park in about an hour and a half. I don't think it's going to happen. On the record, I want Xavier to leave me alone. I don't want to be abused anymore. I woke up this morning and he knew we had this doctor's appointment and claims that he cares for the baby. I asked him to hurry, telling him that we were going to be late. He said he has a hard time putting pep in his step if he hasn't been laid. Really? As I said numerous times before, unless I'm willing to have sex with Xavier, he treats me like absolute shit. And I have been abstinent, besides being raped, since I met him. I have asked him to stop following me hundreds of times, no less, sometimes on camera, sometimes off. When I finally reach my limit, and I'm having like a complete breakdown, like I don't give a motherfuck, I will do anything. He then starts rubbing my feet, rubbing my back, telling me that he didn't do that, telling me that he's so sorry, that he loves me, that I'm his queen. I'm his queen. We have about 100, give or take, hours of recorded audio of Xavier admitting to everything. And me also saying, it seems very out of character. It seems almost like someone gets in Xavier's skin, like if we're a video game or something, and they take away his true personality and replace him with a fucking monster. A moralist, disgusting monster. He acts completely out of character, and I've said it a million times. This is not my husband, nor is this a person I want any future with. At all. I met Xavier having been abused. Juan, Alexis, and Will offered me temporary housing after the Montclair debacle. Eric Scholl got involved and offered me temporary housing in Arlington Heights, and then
I don't think she reads the comments sometimes, but not usually.
got me the apartment at Montclair. There's literally about 20 other men. None of them did I have sex with voluntarily. A handful of them sexually assaulted me. All of it's written down in great detail with names, addresses, times, and dates, and it's all been turned over to the state of Illinois a number of times. In addition, I directly filed petitions at 555 West Terracin and the Daily Center. Still have not been awarded a court date. You don't believe me? Scroll back on this channel to 2019 and just listen. Just listen, because it's all there. Go to the HLG Forever _ account. Go to the One Heather GEE account. Go to mercifulstorm.com, spellout.com, all on Instagram. All of it's there. All of it's indicated in live broadcasts or pre-recorded broadcasts. None of it is fake. 100% of it is true. Again, last night, we were all the way, or yesterday morning, we were all the way at Clybourne and Fullerton, halfway to my doctor's appointment. I told Xavier we needed to continue on. He said,
Heathers are trouble, and there's always a Dylan, for some reason.
his father called and said he would be home all day to give us money that we needed for transportation. We walk all the way back downtown, another maybe 10 miles, to pick up the money, arrive here around 3 or 4 p.m. and sit on the fucking curb a block away from his dad's house for 3.5 hours waiting for the money. His father is nowhere to be found and doesn't answer the phone. So we still
Damn it, Xavier's dad. Why didn't you give him the money?
don't have the money. And now I'm missing my fucking prenatal appointment that's high risk and 20 weeks. I just lost twin babies in December 26th, the day after Christmas. I have 3 children. I didn't ask for any of this. None of it. I was so satisfied with my 3 children. So happy with my family. Ready to just get married, settle down, maybe have one more kid, have a house, our own business, never ever be part of the mix, have no drama. They have literally done any and everything in their power to destroy every aspect of my existence. And I just keep going. 4 years in, I just keep going. But don't let me ask you to rewind all the way to 2015-16 with the Internal Affairs Department's involvement, because that might start connecting too many dots. I'm tired. I'm not tired. I'm exhausted. Mentally, physically. I have, just because of all of the hatred I was receiving and threats about custody from strangers. They're not even from authorized, people. I took it upon myself, in addition to preceding the unlawful detainment, where I was taken to a literal rape chamber where they sedate and rape people.
What?
I had 3 independent psychiatric evaluations besides the evaluation of my own primary care physician, who I've been seeing for a little under 10 years now, every month. All of them said the same thing, that I am being abused and that my responses are completely rational and causal to living through such abuse. That there is nothing wrong with my mental health, that I am incredibly strong, one of the most psychologically strong women that they have ever encountered.
I wonder why she hasn't doxed these doctors to get their testimonies. These are just mystery people, but she doxes everybody else.
But that's not what they say in the comments.
Oh, there you go. She read some of the comments.
And if it was just the comments, it would be one thing. But there's spillover into my real life. It's not just people following me online anymore. There are people following me in real life. Bludgeoned me. Broke my skull open. You've seen the videos, have you not?
Which is also, again, an isolated incident from forever ago.
I needed staples in my head. Jumped me and stabbed me 11 times with screwdrivers. Kane County says still no one was charged, so that's why they haven't given me any victim services. Raped. Sleep deprived. Food deprived. Stalked. We're in my hometown. We're in my hometown, Chicago.
Did I put the timer on?
This shit has fucking followed me to Tampa Bay, Florida.
I don't know if DJ Alien Hippie will make either Gillespie song, because I'm not them. But maybe, I don't know.
Miami, South Beach, Atlanta, Georgia. It doesn't matter where I stop to rest. As soon as I fucking take a deep breath, they're there. They're there. And they're waiting to fucking hurt me more. When I woke up this morning, it felt as though my insides had been electrocuted. I was literally shaking from the inside. I don't do drugs. I don't even take over-the-counter medicine, prenatal vitamins. When I get super anxious and sad, I'll smoke a CBD vape. I used to just only smoke pot. I might switch back to that. Medicinal marijuana has been more assisting of calmness, or more compatible and conducive to calm without sedation. If anyone has ever been sedated before, or anxious or scared and taken a muscle relaxer or an anti-anxiety agent, like a benzo, like a Xanax, it knocks me out. I'm a lightweight. I don't have a long history of substance. If I take a 0.25 dose of something, I am sleeping for hours. I am very, very sensitive. Pot has been everything for me in getting calm without sedated, in being rational and logical, and slowing down the hysterical feeling I feel and fear that I feel from the situation, but still permitting me to function and, exercise and take myself to other healthier coping methods. There is no psychotropic that has done that for me. None. And you can hear it. You can hear it in all recorded phone calls that the state has access to. I would be literally hyperventilating on the phone with Dylan like I just got raped, or this guy just put a gun to my head. I'm fucking scared. The police don't help. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And he would literally walk me through the process, babe, go and get your bowl. Everything's so calm. Literally, in like a puff.
But Dylan?
I'm not like out here smoking, ounces every day. Like maybe a dime bag, if that, or a $20 gram for the whole week. I'm by myself usually. I met Xavier 16 months ago, and as I said before, he represented himself as the brother of the district attorney. I had already been petitioning the court for 4 years for assistance. I trusted that he was there to help me. Nothing about the situation has improved in any way. If anything, it has gotten dramatically worse. I was not impregnated by any of the rapists prior to meeting Xavier. Xavier got me pregnant twice, once with twins last year, who passed away at 20 weeks when I went into preterm labor, and now this pregnancy. I miss my babies. I want to go home. This is every morning, you guys. Every morning I have to reckon with myself, like, where are we today? I took a photo and I'm going to upload it next in a reel of about 20 pages of fake numbers and agencies that claim to offer assistance that do not. I called 311 on another recorded line, which is supposed to be this magical phone number that you call, and they send a bus to come pick you up, and they take you to a women's program for abused women and especially pregnant women. They literally transferred me to a voicemail box. I called 4 times, waited on hold for probably close to an hour, had to call 911 and be transferred from 911 to 311 because Xavier refused to offer me Wi-Fi, and that's the only phone service that I had.
What do you mean Xavier refused to offer you Wi-Fi? What?
So you can call 911 if you don't have service on your phone. The call will always go through. It won't go through to 311 or any other local number. So I literally had to call 911, have explained to them what was going on, have them transfer me to 311, wait on hold just so that they could transfer me to a voicemail box and not offer me any assistance. And this is not new. Again, this has been going on for 4 years. And as I've said a million times, I have a father who doesn't really have a big house. He has a small house. But my father, in my entire life of knowing him, would never tell me that I could not stay with him. As I've said a million times, if my father had a fucking paper bag to live in, his door would be open to me. Like, it doesn't matter. That's my father. It is not that way. I don't know what the targeting, I refer to it as targeting when smear campaigns are used with your family. Anyone who has ever been the subject of an investigation before, or related to someone, married to someone, or in a relationship with someone who's been the target of an investigation understands what I'm talking about. They literally attack you from inside. They pin your family against you, your friends against you, but I don't have any crimes. I don't sell drugs. The worst crime to society I ever had was that I was an escort. I was going on dates for money, which is not illegal. No one likes that. People don't like it when women are independent and making high hourly wages.
What about her sexy content?
The government most definitely doesn't like that. And I was paying taxes. They don't like it. Everyone is looking, when they see you making a little bit of money, everyone is looking for a way to capitalize off of you. Well, look what you've done now. Are you making any money off of me now? I don't even have fucking breakfast money. Yesterday, I watched Xavier eat 3 meals, and I ate half of a big breakfast. I went to McDonald's, spent a little bit of the $30 I had that I'm saving for glasses for my children. My 3 children need eyeglasses. So I'm trying to save the little money I have. I spent $6 on a big breakfast, cut every...
Oh yeah, I think our kids had glasses at this point too.
single item in half and gave half to Xavier. Xavier ate 3 meals after that for the rest of the day, and I didn't eat. I'm 5 months pregnant. So
Xavier.
People have literally taken everything from me. I have nothing left to give. Nothing. Can you back off now? You've sucked me dry of every fucking thing I have. Can you back off now? And then they say, oh no, we'll human traffic them. The ones that we've already broken, the ones that we've already robbed, the ones whose money we've already taken, we'll put them to work. And we'll steal all the money. And that's what they mean by the Stay Woke movement. This shit is happening. It's been happening for years. I'm not the only person it's been happening to. When they say stay woke, they mean open your fucking eyes and look at what's going on around you. One Love. Would you like to be treated the way that they're treating me? Would you like to wake up from your bed at 3:30 in the morning and have a grown man kick you in your eye? Would you like to be raped in the street? Would you like to be walked around for 5 days and nights without being able to go to sleep? Falling asleep on random benches? You're sober, but it looks like you're nodding out because you're being sleep deprived on purpose. Would you like that?
This was 2013? No, not 2013. Sorry, 2023.
The One Love movement is a question of, if you wouldn't want it for yourself, how do we look the other way and allow it for anyone else? Society as a collective has a job to do, and that's identify injustices as they are taking place and come up with solutions for them to create a better society for everyone. How many years do I have to be oppressed? How many years do I have to record such oppression before anyone steps in? I'm not tired, I'm exhausted.
Well, I'm tired. I think that's how it ends. Is that how it ends? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, Cynthia, thank you for the PayPal. That's the last one I have in the playlist, so I'm gonna go eat because my food's done. But I'll probably come back. I don't know if I'm gonna do Brooke or like maybe just like video games, some members only. But I'll come back for something because I gotta. I was late today too, like I was yesterday, so I gotta eat and then I'll be back. But I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I'll see you soon. See you when I see you guys. Take care.